at the University of Ghana lecture. Money laundering, terrorism financing are not just financial crimes, but. So there's a continuation there. Grab a copy of the Chronicle newspaper and then you get the details. The scripture for today is Isaiah 54:17. No weapon that is fashioned against you shall succeed, and you shall refute every tongue that rises against you in judgment. How the Chronicle is able to relate the scriptures to the stories on their front page. Charlie, whoever is in charge of this thing, you're an amazing guy. Listen to this. SML hits back at Kissie Jabeng, accuses him of distortion of facts. Then the scripture says, no weapon that is fashioned against you shall succeed, and you shall refute every tongue that rises against you in judgment. May the Lord add his blessings to the reading of his word. Now let's go to the Daily Guide. Daily Guide says, SML petitions Mahama over GRA contract. SML petitions Mahama over GRA contract. Parliament grills CJ nominee. You know that Justice Paul Bafo-Boni, the acting Chief Justice, will appear before the Appointments Committee of Parliament today. We'll be there. We'll bring you live proceedings from there. So stay with us here on Channel One Television. Private sector ally in development. That's Alex Dade speaking there. St. John's Hospital is Healthcare Provider of the Year. And Delft Imaging completes Oraio TB detection program. So that's the Daily Guide newspaper. I'll take you to the Herald. Herald says, Galamsey militia scares soldiers and national security out of Obuasi. Galamsey militia scares soldiers and national security out of Obuasi. OSP and Mustafa Hamid caught up in street fight over 100 million CD case. OSP and Mustafa Hamid caught up in street fight over 100 million CD case. You have Naimos bust 34 Nigerians in massive dawn soup at Osino. The 10 foreigners have taken over. Naimos bust 34 Nigerians in massive dawn soup at Osino. Unhealthy public-private rivalry stifling Ghana's growth, says KGL Group Chairman. That's Alex Apau Dade. Police launch manhunt for Binduri murder suspect. 1 million CD bounty on his sick head. Sick in quote. Police launch manhunt for Binduri murder suspect. 1 million CD bounty on his sick head. So that's the Herald newspaper. Let's now bring you the news center. The news center. OSP got it wrong. SML insists findings were rushed, urges president to review evidence before enforcing contract termination. OSP got it wrong. SML insists findings were rushed, urges president to review evidence before enforcing contract termination. Godwin Asediba named 2025 GJA Journalist of the Year. Local marine insurance to boost CD and create jobs. That's according to IBAG. S&P upgrades Ghana to B- and B, outlook stable. Ghana extends aid to Jamaica, Cuba, and Sudan. So that's the front page of the news center. Custodian says minority hangs dark clouds on Bafo-Boni's vetting. Minority hangs dark clouds on Bafo-Boni's vetting. JB declares bid for NPP chairmanship. That's John Buedu declares bid for NPP chairmanship. Africa needs ethically homegrown AI strategies. Chief of Staff Julius Debra speaking there. Private sector, government must be partners in nation building. That's according to the KGL Group Chairman Alex Dade. Waste managers suspend strike after government's assurance. All right, so that's the custodian. The Ghanaian publisher says SML defends contract legitimacy. SML defends contract legitimacy. John Buedu enters chairmanship race and unveils 5-point revival plan. KGL boss seeks policy shift for private sector. Mahama to media, balance press freedom with ethical reporting. So that's His Excellency John Dramani Mahama speaking there. Republic Press says Brian vindicated at last as SSNIT renews hunt for strategic investor. NIMOS arrest 41 suspects, including 32 Nigerians in Brim North and Fantiakwa South districts. Mahama urges media to safeguard peace ahead of 2028 elections. God will not send money from heaven. Mining will continue. That's the Adan MP speaking. Hey, Ghana, my motherland. God will not send money from heaven. Mining will continue. That's the Adan MP. Well, we don't know what type of mining she's referring to, but go and grab a copy of the Republic Press. You get the details. In the Ashanti region, man discovered dead in Galamsey pit after altercation with sex worker. Rice glut deepens as farmers struggle to sell last harvest. So yeah, that's the Republic Press newspaper. The Inquisitor says, exclusive, Oforiatta located at Washington, D.C. Bosom friend protecting him. Okay. Alex Dade makes strong case for private sector. TCDA opens Tamale Zonal office. S&P upgrade Ghana's ratings. That's Inquisitor. The Informer. Government's Galamsey fight crumbles as illegal miners overpower state. Hey. Interesting times. Okay, government promises to settle debts owed waste service providers. S&P thumbs up Ghana for good economic management. SML in dirty blackmail over contract cancellation. A legend goes home. Dr. Mohammed Ben Abdallah remembered. And then you have private sector strategic partner in nation building. That's the KGL boss. The insights, real quick. Lands Ministry, Minerals Commission condemn attacks on NIMOS and EPA officials over Galamsey. Vow tough stance against the menace. K. Kujo takes on Matt Watley over lies in the British press about Mahama and Tokonu's removal. Add value to Ghana's gold. Minister tells new board for gold board jewelry. The world once again condemns United States economic blockade against Cuba. At AG Alumni Lecture 2025, let's embrace the private sector as a partner in development, not competitor. KGL boss to government and policymakers. Johnny Niteko Ama appointed family head of Asafwache Tete Okujieto Weku. Okay. Some business news. Economy Times is here. Financial markets gear up for 2026 budget. BOG at final stage of non-interest banking framework draft to be laid soon for approval. Government targets increase in tax revenue, launches 2 new initiatives amid experts' recommendations. BNFT, fiscal stability returns, but businesses want growth levers. SML presents evidence to presidency. Petroleum arrears surge to $2.8 million amid falling oil revenues. GSE aims to whip up corporate bond market as GFIM celebrates decade of impact. Promasido appoints Festus Tete as group CEO. ESPA suspends planned strike as government engages over arrears. Ghana's entrepreneurs celebrated as MTN SMEGA 2024 honors excellence and innovation. So that's the BNFT. Let me take you online real quick, bring you some stories from our web portals. I'll start off with Channel One News Online. What are they leading with? Channel One News Online. Let's check out what is there and bring you some of the stories from there. Private sector wants growth-focused reforms in 2026 budget. KPMG UNDP report. Bernard Avler, Richard Delasky celebrates Samense's impact on City FM and Ghanaian media. You have the Ghana National Fire Service. Candles, mosquito coils, major cause of fire outbreaks in markets. We hear somebody left soup on fire and went to church. Height restriction barrier collapses on Accra-Kumasi Highway. Fire destroys commercial stores at Achimota, Abofu. Public sector salaries minimum wage increased by 9%. Bagbin elected president of African Parliamentarians Network Against Corruption. Helicopter crash report to be presented to National Security Council on Monday. That's today. Mahama to launch Nkokon Kete program November 12. Fight against Galamsey must be bipartisan. That's Richard Ahiagba of the NPP. Work on Takoradi Market Circle to resume in 2026. That's according to the Finance Minister to Forsen. Time to turn global NCD commitments into local action. That's according to the government. And drop the sensationalism, fights Galamsey with honesty. Hamza Suini urges politicians. Let me take you to City Newsroom. City Newsroom. Acting Chief Justice Bafo Boni faces appointments committee today. Acting Chief Justice Bafo Boni faces appointments committee today. KPMG, businesses want stability with impact from 2026 budget. City FM at 21, people come and go, but strategy remains same. That's according to Bernard Avle. 350 Ghana cedis new passport fee takes effect November 13. That's according to the Foreign Affairs Minister, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. Fire guards cluster of commercial stores at Achimota, Abufu, Atoforcing engages market women in Takoradi ahead of 2026 budget. So go online, citynewsroom.com, as well as channel1newsonline.com, and you can get details of these stories and more. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the news review segment.
Full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Amadu sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
The party itself has said that whenever you are in opposition, you should choose flag bearers early.
So what you are trying to tell me is that you want somebody who is going out to come and select a leader for you. So the next person will come and say, but I didn't select him.
Direct victim of attack, violent attack.
Where and when?
The first one happened in Parliament. I was pregnant.
Now, for me, it was legitimized by a radio or TV station giving her a position to work.
So for you, take issue with GH1 and what and giving her the platform.
That is where the minority is. We are on them. We've asked questions.
President Mahama will be a mean president if he prioritized only his children and DCP. He needs to demonstrate a Ghanaian government.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Amadu on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
This November, something amazing is coming to Accra. Are you a farmer with fresh produce? Are you into fish farming, poultry, or livestock? Then get ready for the November edition of the AgriFair 2025. Yes, AgriFair 2025. It's happening on Friday the 28th to Sunday the 30th of November. It's happening at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park, and it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. It's the ultimate weekend marketplace. From fruits and vegetables to poultry, livestock and fish to agri-inputs and processing machinery. All at unbeatable farm gate prices. Whether you're selling or buying, this is your chance to connect, trade and grow. Enjoy the freshest farm produce, sizzling kebabs, and a vibrant marketplace atmosphere all in one space. Register now and secure your spot. Call 0558-973-973 for more information. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. The Agri Fair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by Horticulture Business Platform, Development Bank Ghana, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Gressol, and the Ghana Exim Bank. In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensah.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensah.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
Hello again, grateful for your time. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. Let's get into the news review segment. A number of topics to discuss this morning. We'll do our best to bring you perspectives and, of course, afford you the opportunity to share your thoughts with us. You can do so via the WhatsApp number. And then, of course, you can join us on YouTube where we are streaming live. We're on Facebook. We're very interactive on X. We're engaging on Instagram. And you can enjoy some video content from Channel 1 TV on TikTok as well. A very good morning to Wanda Madilo. He's a member of the NDC's National Communications team. And good morning to Dr. Palgrave Boakye Dankwa, a member of the NPP's communications team as well. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to be here. Good morning.
Great stuff. It's a busy day today, actually. The acting Chief Justice, Paul Bafo-Boni, will appear before the Appointments Committee of Parliament. Despite a move to halt same by the minority in Parliament, the Speaker dismissed the motion. And so he's expected to appear before the committee. The scheduled or advertised time is 11 a.m. We're hoping to start on time and bring our viewers proceedings from there. But let me take your thoughts even ahead of that scheduled vetting. The minority seems to be against it. The argument I have heard is that the cases filed by the removed CJ, Gertrude Tokonu, will have an impact on the legitimacy of the acting CJ if he is approved and sworn in as a CJ. Palgrave, what do you make of this?
A very good morning to you, Nana, and a very good morning to Wanda.
I'm not sure why you're smiling.
To your viewing public. I think that I'm increasingly getting very troubled and worried for this country with how we go about our issues. Of course, the former CJ was removed from office in an unorthodox way. And unorthodox because we have a democracy that must ensure that it's upholding the rule of law, and no one that is heavily colored politically by an orientation of a political party. And I'm minded to state that this Fourth Republic is extremely still young, still fragile, and so when you have an opportunity to lead government as the president, you should be guided about certain decisions that you take, which with hindsight can become historical perspectives for things to happen. And I think that one of the things that the speaker stated in moving away from the decision of the minority was that he doesn't want history to remind us of interferences, really, of parliamentary involvement in judicial work. But clearly, the lines have been drawn. It would be good to see the vetting of the day. I'm very sure that he would distinguish himself. but we want to continually remind the state government that we should allow each of the arms of government to be independent, to exercise their mandate as is given to them by the 1992 Constitution, without any interference whatsoever by a certain government. And I think that if we continue to do that, we would build a lot more trust, we would build a lot more confidence, we would have people repose all the wills that they have in all of these systems of governance.
The interference here, I'm not getting. You would agree that we need a substantive CJ. You have sat here and called for a substantive defense minister. So you would agree that as a country we need a substantive chief justice, not an acting chief justice.
Absolutely, and I did say that in my preliminary comments that yes, it's important that we have a chief justice. I mean, I don't run away from that at all.
Right.
But my caution really is the manner in which the former CJ was unorthodoxly removed from government or from her role as serving as the chief justice,
head of the judiciary,
which gives a bit of a dent, especially in the fragility of our democracy. And we must be minded by it that less than 40 years ago, Ghana was not in the Fourth Republic. We were under some status, which I don't want to remind Ghanaians of, but those who are aware of what I'm talking about. And so coming on the backbench of the history of where we have come from and the fragility of our democracy, which is still burdened and extremely very young, and with the constitutional committees that has been set in place for the review of some statuses in the committee, it would have been good for the sitting president to have been guided by such historical antecedents and paced his decision with the removal of the former CJ. But as it is, I mean, I'm sure that the acting CJ would pass his vetting. I'm certain that he would be sworn in. But it is important that in the discharge of his duties, he's guided about the independence of the judiciary and ensure that whatever cases that comes to the court, it is the judge that is on trial. When cases come to court, it's the judge that is on trial because you must prove the law, and we must be guided by the law and not be guided by any intrinsic motivation whatsoever.
Wonder, I kind of like Palgrave's choice of words. This is unorthodox because I was going to ask him if anything untoward was done with respect to the Constitution, but he chose unorthodox, so let's stay away from there.
Well, I think these are legal matters, and so I will be a bit restrained, but I will state the position of the law in this regard. The removal of the Chief Justice, we are all aware the processes that brought that to bear, and so far we haven't had anybody question the legitimacy of the removal or the illegality that has been committed. We've had emotional outbursts, we've had people having divergent views and all that, but that is not the law. And if you want to go by our own dictum, the law remains the law. And if you take inspiration from Giela and Kassman in 1973, he established 3 grounds on which you can challenge a decision of this nature. One, he talks about you must show a prima facie evidence that is incontrovertible, that what has been done is illegal, is wrong, and that an injustice has been committed. 2, you must also show that there will be irreparable harm caused to the claimant, or in this case, the Chief Justice, if the process goes ahead. And finally, we have to look at what they call the balance of convenience. Now, in all of these 3 instances that I've mentioned, the first one, which I said prima facie, she has to establish that what was done was illegal, is wrong, illegitimate, and then cannot be a phantom. Number 2, irreparable harm. You must also prove to the court that if the processes go ahead and we're able to find an appointment, a new person appointed, it causes you harm. And the harm must also be put on what we call the balance of convenience.
Right.
So what does the state lose? If we don't have a Chief Justice, a whole state, sovereign state for that matter, doesn't have a Chief Justice, as against one man who will be losing your position. That will be the position of the judge.
Right.
Because it's going to be, what does the state lose? What do you lose? And
exactly.
if what you are losing can there be a compensation for it if the process even eventually turns out that it was wrong? We can compensate you. You lose nothing.
Right.
But for a whole state, for a sovereign nation like Ghana, as a country not to have a Chief Justice is more a difficult matter than your personal, position. Then the last one is what we call the balance of trade. So the balance of trade goes hand in hand with the irreparable harm that you want to. And if you look at, on the strength of the case, you find out that it doesn't wash. That's why it has been thrown out by the court before they are going ahead with the other. Because they tried to put an injunction which didn't work out. And Fenyomakin is just appealing to the emotions of parliamentarians and all that. We have been in this country that cases have been in court while Parliament went ahead to do their job. Because separation of powers tells us that the two of them are not coterminous. They don't. They may correlate. They may understand each other. They may work.
But they are independent arms.
They are independent arms of government. And the Parliament of Ghana is under no restriction by no parliament, no court of this country, not to proceed with the vetting. And I think it's a call in the right direction. If things went wrong later, we discover that she was removed, wrongly by the same Supreme Court. There is a way to compensate her or amend some of these issues, and life will go on, as it were. But to leave that position vacant, and how long is the case going to be in court? So if we're in court for 5 years, Ghana doesn't have a Chief Justice because of one woman, one man out there. It cannot be. And so I think that we are proceeding very cautiously. I will be looking forward to see this vetting. I know the minority may stage a walkout or may not.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Coming events, they say cast their shadows.
They cast their shadows.
If you see how the posturing so far,
tells that
they don't want
to be part. But I don't have a problem with that. I wish they were part, or they would be part, because this Chief Justice is already 68 years old. He's likely to be in office for only 2 years, and a new one will be appointed. What do you stand to lose? What do you stand to gain as a party that has just left power a few months ago?
A long time.
No, you've just left power 2 months ago.
No, I'm referring to the CJ and the number of years he would have if he's indeed approved.
Okay,
before he leaves.
No, I agree. It is not even how long. Justice Georgina Wood was on the seat for how many years? We are talking about how many, 15 or so years, 11 or 12 years or what? I don't remember what it is. But we all stayed with that. We were in opposition with her. We came back to power with her. And even throughout the tenure, our tenure, she was still at post. So it cannot be that you want somebody that you are comfortable with and all that. It cannot be always our way. Political parties must learn the skill and the wisdom of working with people, even if they don't disagree. Listen, I tell people that this business about unity in Africa is just a waste of everybody's time. I always say that we don't need to be united, do anything. We only need unity of purpose. For instance, even in the Bible, when they were building the Tower of Babel, they didn't say they were united. The Bible said this thing the people have imagined to do. That means that they came together to do it, not because of unity, but they had a purpose, they had a goal. So unity without purpose is of no relevance in our daily doings and leadings and all that. And so I think that the NPP should be more concentrated on the issues of governance in this country, on the issues of law, on the issues of democracy, on the issues of bread and butter and all that. Then Ghanaians can begin to see them again as one political party that is serious enough, that is ready and prepared, perhaps waiting in opposition to one day ever come to the reins of power. But the antagonism, the late Dr. Amanibu Ama used to have a very constant refrain, and he said that it's organize and don't antagonize. Organize, don't agonize. So I take inspiration from that, and I think the MVP should take inspiration from that and learn to work with people. It cannot be the case that everybody must pander to your whims and caprices at all times. It cannot be the case that everybody must be at your beck and call. It cannot be the case that everybody must be, and right even in the MPP, sometimes you can see that they hate dissenting opinion. In the days past, when you had the likes of Afoko, Sami Crab, you like the likes of Japan and all that, you see how they were hounded out of office. And almost everybody who speaks their mind in the MPP tends to be hounded for one reason or the other. Look at even their own, parliamentary elections at the moment, presidential primaries and all what is happening now. You speak your mind and they hound you out. You speak your mind now. You don't see that in the NDC. At least we tolerate, at least to a large extent, we are more tolerant a party than they are. Journalists even have to flee out of this country because of the MPP's understanding of politics and how it should be. It cannot be the case that once you are in power, everybody must pander to your whims and caprices. No doubt, almost all the state institutions have collapsed. I mean, many of them have been losing revenue, even to the tune of Bank of Ghana, which is one of the most strategic, one of the most formidable institutions in this country. We're even losing revenues and all that because everybody was just, pandering to the whims and caprices of one man out there who thinks that everything must go along their line. The economy also crashed because of one man. So they need to learn to accommodate dissenting opinion. They need to learn to work with people who don't necessarily agree with them. And they also need the wisdom and the understanding that governance is not all about how much I can take, but rather about how much we all bring to the table.
But if they believe in their position, should they necessarily...
I do not have a problem believing in your position, but don't make everybody look as though whatever was done was so wrong. Until the court makes a determination, what is your hurry? Why are you bundling all of us into the state that we should understand that this is how it should be? Because you have an opinion. Somebody also has an opinion. Would you accept that we all have opinion and then move on? Then we wait for the court system to bring out the fact. Now, all of a sudden, the MPP is against even the EC. Have you observed that? Their commentary, the public commentary lately has to do with that the EC is bogus, the EC is this. Few months ago, this is the party that was praising the same electoral commission. So it is becoming a practice where you see MPP people, once they are not in power, once they are not in charge, once they can't pull the strings, once they can't control, they think that everything is wrong. Then you ask a question. Does it mean that all along when you're in power, all these institutions were pandering to your whims and caprices? This is a question we've been asking when they were in power. We didn't get answers, but now we're beginning to get a glimpse of what was happening. That means that all along everybody was working according to your dictates. And now that you don't get that leverage again, then they are all bad. It cannot be. It cannot be.
Is that the case?
Well, I don't think that is the case. I think that we allowed the rule of law to work. I think that we were very transparent and open government for the Ghanaian people. I think that we were very collaborative and more cooperative with the Ghanaian people, and the legacies of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is clear and very evidential for the Ghanaian people to see.
No, I like your view. I do appreciate it.
Very well. Let's move into the issue of illegal mining and, of course, the new trend that we are beginning to see. In times past, you would hear of community resistance, and community resistance in this particular instance is helping in the fight against. This time around, there's, if you like, community attacks on people mandated to fight illegal mining. There's the case of the Shidiem one, and then the most recent one will have to do with the EPA, and of course, if you like, a media team involving one of ours who was involved in an accident. But the president is warning communities not to attack officials. Pauline, I don't know what you make of this. Have we lost it?
Tufo, I don't think the president of Ghana understands what is going on in this country.
Oh, how so?
Yes,
he's the commander-in-chief.
No, I don't think he understands what is going on in this country. I have on countless occasions sat on this platform and other platforms and told you how troubled I am about the breakdown of security in this country. The breakdown of rural security, the breakdown of urban security. I have recounted many times how from the 15th of January till date, there's been minor incidents in rural Ghana and urban Ghana. I've recounted it so many times that I've stated how scared I am. I've stated how sleepless nights I have. I've stated how we are sitting on a time bomb in this country. I would come to illegal mining, but you are aware of what happened in Bono East over this weekend. A chief was killed, and the report says that he was shot 43 times, which means that it's a different kind of ammo that the assailants had. It's almost like a military type ammo that they had. It's not a gun that they used one bullet and shot 43 times. No, It's a multiple arsenals that releases the bullets.
So you're
speedily.
You're looking at an automatic?
Automatic, of course.
AR-15?
Of course, it's an automatic arm.
Are you doing the forensics here?
No, you see, I'm analyzing by my observation, and I'm getting increasingly troubled. Because you see, President John Dramani Mahama, I really wish him the best. But I don't think that he is taking our security very seriously. At the backbench of the Akwamuhene of Tanoso, Nana Owusu Koko, may he rest in peace. On his farmland, assailants have assaulted him. Obviously, could be chieftaincy issues, could be land disputes, could be mining issues. But the purposeful intent of ensuring that he's dead should send all of us home thinking. When the president delivers speeches, it doesn't bring back the life of people who have died. If our chiefs cannot be safe, if our uniformed persons, AICO2 Rafiq Mohammed, was coming from work and he was also murdered, his colleague had his jaw. I don't know whether he's fully recovered now. So if uniformed people are not safe and civilians are not safe, then who is safe? When the president calls the IGP to look into the issue, it will not bring the Akwamuhene back to life. We have consistently told the President of the Republic of Ghana, Mr. President, today's vetting is good. It would have been good if he had added a substantive Minister for Defense to the vetting list for the week.
But these are matters for the interior.
I'm not too sure if these are only matters for the interior, because these are matters that stretches its hands to other security sectors, including the national security, including the Ghana Armed Forces, including the Small Arms Commission. And so the state in which we find ourselves, illegal mining, we have consistently pleaded with the president to call for a state of emergency. TUC has pleaded with the president to call for a state of emergency. Kwenyako water plant is being closed down. Teshin Nungwa has been closed down because of maintenance.
Kwenyako has begun work now.
Operations,
yeah.
But not full blast.
Yeah.
Not full blast. And so let's put that in context. We are at a very low place in our country. And I don't know how the president sleeps. Because as a civilian and a citizen of this country, I can't sleep. Because I keep hearing of issues, one too many to ignore. And I don't know what the president is doing with these issues. Nana, it is so alarming, it is so dangerous, and you can imagine the recurrence incidences that will happen as a result of this incident. Every single week we record an incident in this country. I don't think we are safe. Wanda, I don't know what you will tell your president, but I want to appeal to you to tell him that Ghanaians are not safe. Rural security has broken down. Urban security has broken down. Illegal mining is at its height. We've spoken about it several times. There's been communique about it. And the president still is reluctant to call for a targeted state of emergency. It's important for us to look at our regions. Look, Bono East is not a dangerous environment to be in. You wake up as a chief, you go to your farmland to go and work and till the land to come back home so you can serve your people. This chief was sworn in not too long ago. I've been digging my research. So why would assailants go and attack him in the manner in which they have? And, you know, we cannot be sitting on national TV and not professing solutions. I want to profess some solutions to the President of the Republic of Ghana. Please, Mr. President, you are the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. You have every right to ensure that you keep the Ghanaians people safe. We are not safe in this country. I don't know what will happen tomorrow. I don't know what will happen over the weekend. Imagine that the uniformed people want to start protecting themselves against civilians. What will happen? So let's handle these issues with the sensitivity that it deserves. I mean, I don't know what the president is doing. I'm troubled increasingly, and I'm almost lost for words.
Well, wonder, there's this growing impunity where community folks can actually attack a military team that is working at the behest of the president to stop illegal mining. And you can tie in the number of attacks on several police stations that we've seen in recent times.
Incidents of security. But Nana, when you go for NSPPD, you should be praying for Ghana as well.
I pray for Ghana.
I see your NSPPD.
Yes. We did pray in the show.
You know, I am particularly not excited, you know, hearing all these issues of security. But some of them can be, you can hazard a guess and know why some of them are happening. Growing up as a chief, you cannot walk alone. In my village, I mean, I'm an Anglo, and for that matter, I Some. And you'll never see any chief, whether small, big, fat, slim, whatever, walking alone. Two things you will observe. Is either he's working with a team of people, or he's working with his dog, or with a staff. Now, those were to signify those days that you are not alone, and therefore you cannot be abducted. But these days we see chiefs, you know, that are mingling with everybody, and as though there are no issues at stake. Of course, it's good for our cohesion and all that, but I think that we need to revert to the point where we see our chiefs not only as traditional rulers, but also as people who play a critical role in the survival and livelihoods of people within their jurisdiction. And so you look at the issues, and you can, I don't want to hazard a guess, and I'm not going to say that on air, because the sensitivity of this matter is very, very. So you can see the undercurrent. Some of them are chieftaincy issues on the
Land
side.
disputes.
Some of them are land disputes on the side. Then the Galamsey issue coming out. The chiefs that have become bold and saying no Galamsey in my area are beginning to suffer some attacks and all that. And then the police stations that you find to these are also in the, albeit Galamsey environment, as equally chieftaincy environment. And we have seen this, you know, going forward. I think that government, one of the things the government should do is to go very, very, very blunt on some of these incursions, because the last you want to have is a state of emergency, or a state where the country is on these tenterhooks, or people are no longer safe because of a few greedy, bastard or idiots that are in society and wanting to have their way. And so I want government to be very, 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 you know, blunt when it comes to security of the state in those areas where the attacks are coming from. I've heard people say that, oh, their community is their headmaster, former headmaster. I understand he was headmaster in the Sojamine secondary school at the time and all that. So a lot of people have been pouring in some tributes and all that. We understand he was murdered in the farm or something. I don't know if it's the same story, but that's what I picked up and all over the place. I sympathize with the family, and I know the President of the Republic will sympathize with them. I'm sure he will even make a dash there if he's in town to see what is happening and assess the situation. But we need to move forward as a country. You move forward in peace, move forward in one piece, not in the multitude of, you know, a few greedy ones that just want to take advantage of what is happening. I mean, chieftaincy, apart from some of the loud ones, when I say loud, I mean in terms of size, that give some benefit to the ruler, I don't see many of them. Many of them don't have that kind of leisure or that kind of financial backing.
A great number of them are not even known.
Yes, some don't even have cars, excuse me. Some still walk, some still take torture and all that. And so what is there to admire? What is there to, not to admire, but what is there to envy? That's the right word, to envy about some of these positions. But you see people doing it. So the hatred may be because of chieftaincy, it may be because of land dispute, maybe because you have, you know, like you rule in a matter and one party is not happy and they want to take revenge and all that. It happens, even with our judges and all that. And so we need to be preemptive. We need to circle around some of these traditional rulers the security apparatus of the country. That's why even the Local Governance Act, we deliberately put chiefs as part of the system, so that their security can be guaranteed and all that. And then we need to also find out at what level are we gazetting these our chiefs. Most of the chiefs that have been gazetted are not properly installed. Some of them have challenges with even their seat and all that. Right in my own constituency, there are issues about chieftaincy. There are issues all over the place and all that. And we think that we need one of the points to have peace in this country is through the chiefs, because they play a critical role. I've heard Otumfuo saying just over the weekend or last week that you should refer land disputes to me. They said land dispute and something else to me, and I thought that was laudable, because some of the land disputes that we have in this country have been in court for 30 years, 40 years. Even the applicant themselves, finally have passed on, and some of those cases are still pending and all that. So there are cases we can resolve by arbitration, by mediation and all that, using our traditional authorities and all that. And then also they themselves also must be avoiding politics, because some of the issues that we hear sometimes is because, oh, my chief is MPP, oh, my chief is NDC, and so those on the other side wants to pay back and all that and all that. Some even are bold to talk to them in the face, in the open, on platforms, insult themselves and all that. I think that the revered institution of chieftaincy that we came to meet as young people must continue to play a very big role in our development agenda. Many years ago in my village, in many parts of the Volta that I know, chiefs were the development agents. We didn't even have district chief executives and all that we have today to become development agents. We used to have assemblymen, the chiefs and the headmasters. These were the people who were in fronting and leading development in our country. We need to get back to the basics and not make everything politics and not make everything.
Look at the issue of the illegal mining attacks.
The issue of illegal mining, like I said, some of them are presumptive. We are able to tell that this is what the reprisal attacks we are likely to get. The one about the NIMOS, which one MP has been taken to court. I just pray that some of these things are not true. I mean, he's giving his version of the story. Indeed, it's not even his constituency. He was attending a funeral. All this will be proven in court, that truly he was attending a funeral, and what funeral it was, what time it was, whether he actually got a call from his colleague to intervene in the matter and all that. But then I have also said that, and I have seen this a lot of times, when people are in trouble, for instance, in the police station, and they call me, and I show up at the police station, you see that there's a certain, immediately, the one who has been arrested, the accused immediately start misbehaving, because they feel, oh, help has arrived. And I've listened to MP for Ketu North, Edwin Agbana. He gave a very sweet narrative. I'm saying that, even though I have a personal experience with it, but I'm saying it because he's a colleague MP that is involved. And he said that there are times that in his constituency, for instance, an MP is passing by or going through your constituency, and then you are called, oh, bro, I'm in your constituency. Oh, wow. Oh, there's a maternal funeral. Oh, that's my cousin's funeral. Oh, I see. Oh, wow. Exactly. Then, step in for me. I'm not even aware of the funeral. So he goes there, he makes a donation on your behalf. Meanwhile, it's your own constituency, but you're not in town. Or he's in the constituency, a colleague of yours in the constituency, and there's some chaos. And then you place a call and say, bro, I beg, please help me. There's one of my guys have been arrested. Can you please step in for me? And I'm saying that because these are political leaders, the people owe them more allegiance than to even the statutory authorities like the police, the military, and all that. So when they have crisis, the person they call is their political leaders. And I think that it is more of a decision that he didn't take a bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. He just showed up, and it turned out that when he showed up, the people became more aggravated and decided to misbehave. I pray, and I want to believe that he won't openly. I mean, nobody would think that an MP will openly want to go and confront the NIMOS team that is fully armed. I mean, that would be the biggest error of your life, to go confronting a very armed militia that is on an assignment. Number two, we are also told that the NIMOS team did not plan an operation in that place. In other words, they were going somewhere, went to finish, and they were coming back, and they got an alert that this. And this is one of the things that we should be mindful of. You are an operational team. You work on tip-offs, but before you get to a scene to say that you are going to combat something, be prepared. I don't know if you get my point. Be prepared for what you're going to do. You don't do operations because you got a tip-off, and that tip-off did not give you time to plan on how to execute your plans. For instance, if I was in that team and I was an operational member, one of the things you would have done is that once you have gotten the tip-off, you can retreat, leave it. Indeed. You will get them again.
Because what if it was a setup?
Yes, what if it was a setup? What if it was a ploy? It would have been more disastrous. So while we condemn the activities of people who got themselves involved there. We should be condemning the operational team, that particular one, not the whole 9 months. The particular team that went on that operation should have been a bit more, what do I say, circumspect, tactical, yes, circumspect, tactical, and a bit more retrospective in what they are going to do. You don't just run into a team of people who are already armed. You know, I mean, by their operation, they know. The other Galamsey sides are armed, and then you want to do an operation. You will get a certain kind of revulsion from the people, and that's what happened. And for me, I think that the 9 months team, even though they are doing a good job on this particular issue, when even they saw that Chale is going to be confrontational, they could have just walked off from the scene and come back at another time. When the people, they are prepared, when they are ready, they would have even what they call that word. There's a security word that lay ambush and all that. You know, because this was because these people we are told that we're doing this right on the main road, or by the side of the main road. So how difficult is that an exercise? But you went there, the noise, and it's not everybody who gathered there are from the Galamsey side. Even the community people joined them. And you can see that where the car was even parked, it was not even in the OP for you to even exit. I thank God that they exited. I thank God that there were no major casualties, as we say. I also thank God that the lives of our people are preserved. However, I mean, this is a guide to all of them that let's be conscious in the way we approach some of this. So that we don't always record some of these incidents and make it look as though Ghanaians are that violent and all that. I don't think we are that violent. What I do know is that there are influences of foreigners in this our Galamsey space. We have Nigerians, we have Cote d'Ivoire. In fact, the last arrest, they arrested about 33 Nigerians. 34 Nigerians. Only about 4 or 5 Ghanaians amongst them. So you can see the influence of other nationals in our space. That's why I also believe that the National Ghana Immigration Service must also be up and doing some of these things. Because there are people in this country that are staying here illegally, people in this country that have come through illegal means into this country, people in this country who are misbehaving and doing all kinds of things, even without the right permit to be in this country.
Well, on that same score, I think we must also commend them for, on hindsight, being professional. Because when they felt the threats of the masses there, if one person had let go of a shot, we would have been counting dead bodies.
That is why. You see, even letting go of a shot, people think that it's always when you put a trigger. What about if any of those people had collected their weapon?
True. What if they had been overpowered?
Yeah, so it's not only their success, it's also the success that God has been very merciful to them, to all of us. You know, to all of us, especially when you know that this whole Galamsey, death started with Major Mahama, the late Major Mahama. It was also Galamsey. At that time, we didn't know the gravity of Galamsey, but today we know. And so you want to go and do an operation, be careful, be ready, be prepared. That is why when I even saw, one of our own, a party executive who was leading the charge in the forest, I wasn't very comfortable. I wish I could place a call to her. I sent a message anyway that, hey, this is not your field. This is not your area. This is a military operation. This is
leave the professionals to do their work.
The professionals. Be in the regulatory mode in your framework. And leave the operational direction and leave the operational for those who are tactful and ready to do it. I remember many years ago when what was the name of this former director of operations CID? It's a lady, Rose Biotinga.
Oh, okay.
I remember many years ago when she was in charge of operations. One of the things they were doing was, call it shoot and kill. When the armed robbery was very high at the time, and they interviewed her and asked her, why do you always shoot and kill? These amnesty people were talking about, what was the name, human rights and all that. And he said, well, it's not a problem. We didn't intend to shoot and kill. If you want to protect human life, come and let's go for the operations. When they are shooting at you, tell them that it's human rights and stay there. So indeed, in the bosom of every security operative who that is armed, they have it at the back of their mind that under attack they must defend themselves. And so yes, we can commend them, but I'm saying that what if they were overpowered? What if those guns they were holding, those ammunitions they were holding had gone into the wrong hands? Then the crisis would have escalated.
Right.
And so we need to be very tactful. We need to program when, how, and the details of those operations. Look at the way America does operations. When they were picking Osama bin Laden, it was neat. When they were even going recently, it was neat because they plan, they dot every I and cross every T before the operation is done. I think that is what we should be doing, not just the rampaging or the way we go on the rampage and trying to clear people from it. No, it must be tactful.
Right. Palgrave, I'm judging for what Wanda has just said. Clearly, we failed on being tactful. But I'm a bit worried about Intel. Are we failing to pick Intel on some of these things as well? Because if then, we are in grave danger.
You know, Nana, I'm glad that as a journalist, you are beginning to gather some intelligence from the security environment. And I can tell that it's because of the consistency with which I come here. The influence is rubbing on you.
You take your credit.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. But clearly you can see that something is not working well. Which is why, you know, I want the president of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, to be bold enough to make some critical decisions. And I'm sure, I don't want to bring Wanda in, but I'm sure that when Wanda says to analyze my conversation, he would agree with me. You know, Nana, the national security is there to do 8 thematic things. To gather intelligence, to assess threats, to ensure that the economy is stable, to ensure that they protect lives, to ensure that the ecology is safe, and to continually give situational reports to the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces. So if it so appears that on the face value of what we see, evidentially, there is not a tactical intelligence gathering, then it's a big issue. Because of course, all our security agencies have intelligence officers. The Ghana Armed Forces has military intelligence, the police has their CID, the Ghana Immigration Service, even the prisons, the Ghana National Fire Service, all of them, customs, all of them have their intelligence officers. But something is eluding the process, which means that they receive the intelligence, but along the transfer of those intelligence, they absorb certain issues. And so whoever that must receive the vivid description of what is happening on the ground is not receiving it. That's why these issues are happening.
They're not getting full complement of the report.
They're not getting full complement because the National Investigative Bureau has intelligence officers in all districts in this country. The National Security has operatives all across the country. All the security arms have representatives all across. There is a base of the Ghana Armed Forces in every SAP. There's a southern base, there's a northern base, there's a middle base, all of that. And so there's so many military people, there are so many security officers that live within the community that intelligence gathering must not elude them. It means something is not going on well. And that's where my concern is. And that's why you are also concerned. So beyond the speeches, we must be tactical enough. Beyond the speeches, we must ensure that beyond every uniformed person is a family. Okay? When WO1 William Mensah assaulted the lady and the gentleman in Burma camp in the pharmacy, which should be the place that you should be feel safe most, then I was like, no, something is not right. With the level of boldness that he had in the Ghana Armed Forces, in Burma camp, I was shocked. Look at our Ghana immigration officers. Look at the risk at which they perform their duties at the border towns. Look at the fact that we are surrounded by countries that have been toppled by military juntas. Look at what is happening in Plateau State, Jos, in Nigeria. Look at the issues that are ongoing. So there is a lot that is happening within the architecture that if you're a security analyst, if you're a security couple, you cannot sleep. You must be up to make sure that you are keeping lives and livelihood safe. And we don't seem to see that. It appears as though business is going on as usual. But business cannot go on as usual because every single day we report clashes. Each day we are reporting clashes. In and out, there are clashes that are coming. So the leaders must work. I don't know what else we can do to make sure that this issue is resolved. The civilians are emboldened, which means there is not that fear that ordinarily you would have when you see a uniformed person. It's not there anymore. So civilians are emboldened. They are having arms, ammunitions that are licensed. Some are not licensed. Why can't we retrieve these? Why are people having arms in their homes? Why are we having foreigners become more empowered in our democratic country? Why are foreigners within the sub-region more empowered than us? Why do we have foreigners from Asian countries in Ghana perpetuating illegal acts? And we're observing that. We must be able to make sure that we nip this in the bud, because it's one too many.
Right. Wonder, should we treat this as isolated events, or there's a pattern, there's a trend that can be established, and they will deal with it as
in security, you don't treat anything as an isolated event until you have finished the process. As long as it appears, you must be looking for trends, and in your trend analysis, you would discover that this is isolated and this is connected. Most probably, it's always connected. There's always a repercussion or a reprisal based on something that was done before. Sometimes it can be years ago. For instance, Yana's case, we were told it's something that happened years ago. And then one day it surfaced. It was always an undercurrent until it surfaced and all that. So in security, you don't say that this is, and especially when you see the trend around the country, you will see that the people who are involved in that space, I mean the dissidents who are involved in that space, the hoodlums, have a plan, and the plan is that let's fight back, or let's resist this, or let's bribe through our way, or let's barricade our way. I've seen one where they use some sticks to cross the road, and we're shouting with machetes, and if you like, cross the road and let's see. I just thank God for the composure of our uniformed men in Ghana, particularly. You won't try this in Togo. They will spray all of you. They will spray all of you. But we thank God that at least our people are more restrained when it comes to these issues. But that should not be a weakness. Nobody should take them for weakness, because it's the same thing that happened, and we're questioning, oh, Major Mahama had a gun. Why didn't he fire the gun? Major Mahama, why didn't he fire the gun? What do you think will happen if these people decide to fire their guns? We would have a lot more disaster on our hand, and many other people who are even innocent would have been involved, because the whole community gathered around the place. And so you may not even get the real, culprit. There's an underlying factor why this Galamsey fight needs to be more holistic, as we are seeing today. The president has been very committed to this matter. Again, I see that it's a bread and butter matter. Bread and butter issues. When you see the numbers of people who we are churning out from this, our so called, not so called as in derogatory, but as we call it, free SHS, who are not making their way to the universities or to the upper, schools, you will know that we have a lot of challenge on our hand. And that's why I want us to deploy the German understanding of industry, where they invest so much in technical education. The polytechnic system, when it was changed, I'm not too excited about it. I feel that we need to still instill the hands-on, the artisanal training in our people. The people who we call mechanics, the people who we call auto mechanics, we call welders, we call electricians, we call, the local parlance builders, we call civil engineering and all that. We need to break that away from the tertiary environment to, say, a polytechnic environment, so that people can find something doing. Today we are beginning to export labor outside of the country, and we are exporting this labor a lot. Largely, the people we are exporting are not critical labor that we need in this country. I wish that we had more engineers in this country. I wish that we had more lawyers in this country. I wish that we had more medical.
You want more lawyers?
Yeah, more lawyers in this country. No, more lawyers in this country.
Because there's plenty lawyers we are graduating every year.
How many? How many is on the roll of lawyers? How many?
We have so many lawyers. They finish school, they are called to the bar almost every year.
We actually do not.
We don't have.
Yes, the data shows that we do not.
We only have about 8,000 lawyers or so across the country.
We don't have a lot.
In good standing, anyway.
Yes.
So we don't have enough. But you see, when you have enough lawyers, one of the things it does is that people become aware of the law. What is wrong, what is not wrong. If you have a lawyer, everybody has a lawyer in his family. Even when you're going wayward, they would have advised you. So there's a certain calmness. That's why we need to open the doors. That's why we need more engineers, people who can do their own stuff, and all that. Many times when I'm working, and I'm into construction, when I'm working, we need critical labor we can find. You want an electrician and you have to make several calls. A good one, of course, because some of them are just roadside, electricians. Some of them are just roadside plumbers.
That's why
and we want
plumbers
in
foreigners.
in commercial quantity we don't get. Another. Sometimes you need only painters and you don't even get them. And so there is the need for us as a country to begin to focus in these areas and all that. Technical and vocational education, we need attention to be paid to that. And then you can have people go into very productive areas. Look at the people in the Galamsey areas. Majority of them don't have any training. Apart from GHS. Some of them, lucky they have gone to GHS. Apart from GHS, they don't have any other skill. So we are shipping them out of those environments. We are shipping them out of those Galamsey areas. But we need to start finding them livelihoods.
True.
Otherwise, you are going to increase armed robbery. You are going to increase violent crimes. And you are going to increase irresponsibility, where you have a lot of irresponsible fathers, in the system. People are giving birth without even thinking of how they want to take care of the children and all that. And we don't want to see this on our hand. Don't forget, Togo, Benin, Nigeria are not any better. And so, if they also decide to get into your country with your own,
the connivance of your own,
then you have a problem. And I think that we need to do this. And we also need to do this at an African level, African stage, like what the AFTA is seeking to do. We need to have a regional position on job creation. When I looked at the thematic areas, the areas that the ECOWAS was focusing on for the common currency, they were looking at inflation, they were looking at balance of trade, they were looking at this. I asked myself, how does the African think? How do we think? These are superficial issues. We don't have a regional body that is championing job creation in our region. Everybody is talking about macroeconomic indicators, which is done by the politicians. What is the job of a young man who, is just like from my village, you are a fisherman, and you only do fishing or you do any other menial job? Which role do I play within the economic space? And that's where we should be getting to. We need a regional body that is championing job creation, that is marking the register of job creation in the South region, so that our politicians can be held responsible for that matter. But I want to congratulate John Mahama. He's been doing so fantastic, so well, so good. As of today, inflation is below 8%.
True.
You are aware.
Lowest since 2021.
Yes,
June 2021.
single digits. Even the IMF did not predict that we were going to 7%. Their prediction was 9 point something. 11.5, now 9. We have gone below that now. So a lot of things are happening. The dollar is being stable now. I like that. I'm happy for that. It's not too good for me, for my business, but I like it because the generality of Ghanaians will benefit from that. I also see a lot of prospects with the way our debt situation has been managed. That is never comfortable when you mention economic figures, our debt situation and all that. But we are getting out of the IMF somewhere next year. Somewhere next year, we are out of the IMF.
So it looks good.
I'm not saying it looks good, but I'm saying that it will be good.
Right.
It will be good.
Yeah,
so
because
more people can be employed.
The looking good will always come with the question about feeling good.
No, it will be good. For instance,
inflation is dropping. Is it reflecting in the prices on the market?
Oh, you see, even though inflation is dropping, we have just announced 9%, proposed a 9% salary increment for public sector workers. Inflation is dropping. But we are increasing salaries. I mean, that's 9% for 100,000 someone is 9,000. No, because inflation was 54%. So you can't expect that. Ours is dropping to single digit. And we are giving you more money.
He gave cost of living allowance.
Things were difficult at the time. So I want to congratulate our government for doing so well. But this is not the end of the road. We have a 4-year mandate. God willing, we have another one, and another one, and another one. And MPP will be in opposition for a long time. But
are you annihilating the party?
Oh no, they know that they are out of Ghana's politics. There's a new party, UP. You know. It's called UP. It's the root of the MPP. It's the embodiment of
that's why the initial one was formed on Unity. This is a breakaway UP.
You know. I see.
You see, Nana, what happens when you are quickly going into opposition is when you have confidence that the Ghanaian people will renew your mandate. Yes.
So that's what happened to you.
But there's nothing wrong with you.
You see,
NSPPD member.
That's what Wonder is doing. Because you see, and that's the danger of democracy. The danger of democracy is to think that the Ghanaian people would always renew your mandate
If you are doing well.
because it's just an election.
No, but he says because
I didn't say that.
The Ghanaian people are different.
So if you are doing well, why should they change you?
No, they will change you because there are certain areas that you might not be doing well. Because it's a value chain of the economy, or it's a value chain of a country. You understand? And if another government is coming with an alternative that they feel can benefit them, they will try that government. Okay, but I'll go back to security because, you know, when Wanda was talking, he mentioned that you cannot isolate some of these cases, and he's right. Because when I look at my data that I have from the 15th of January, the one I've been talking about, it started with chieftaincy dispute in Oti, Nanik. Then it came to chieftaincy dispute in Nkwanta, in Oti. Then Nanik in Northeast. Then it came to another chieftaincy dispute in Boku. Then it came to another land border in Domiabra. Then it came to renewed clashes of what happened in Oti region in June. Then it came to another land dispute that displaced 48,000 people in Burkina Faso.
That's the Binyiri one.
Yes. Then it came to the Pipile one, which was also a chieftaincy dispute, where the son of a chief died. Then it came to a Solutuum issue, which was also chieftaincy. Then it came to Sampa, which was also chieftaincy. And so you can clearly see. But we need to be able to solve these issues.
Very well. Very well. Very well. I'll take a few quick messages, take a break, and then when we come back, we'll move on to other matters. I plead with the minority in parliament to partake in the vetting, at least for our law students to have an opportunity to learn. Big Boot from Tema sent that one in. This one says, good morning, I am Eben in Kwabenya. Let me applaud Speaker Bagbane for doing the needful and telling the micro minority, no matter their brouhaha, the acting CJ will be vetted. We appreciate you, Mr. Speaker. Regards to the Honorable MC Agbo of Gan East, Deputy CEO Honorable Peter Akwesi Mensah, and TDC boss Courage Makafui Nunekbeku. You can also send in your messages. We'll be grateful to receive them, and of course we'll do our best to share them with the rest of our viewing public. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trot from Kaswa dear. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, Star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Go be from to be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. Nobody know why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God up boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, Mommy, simple direction. Mr. Good Luck no check me way.
Yeah, man. Easy kwa. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm a birthday.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompts. Yes. And then boom. Confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, do you have family payment? before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Verna is clean, fresh and safe. I'm holding my Verna bottle. No plastic seal, no worries. Open and hear the sound like click. That sound means it's fresh, no trick. No plastic seal, but it's still pure. Cool and clean, you can be sure. Verna leads the brighter way. What takes my doubt away? If it clicks, it's Verna. If it clicks, it's clean. Sip it, feel the difference. Verna water, pure and green. Click, open, sip. Click, open, sip. Chalet Verna, no stress, just sip. Chalet Verna, no stress, just sip.
This advert is FDA approved.
The National Petroleum Authority hereby cautions persons engaged in illicit storage and trading of petroleum products to comply with the regulatory requirements to operate in the downstream petroleum industry. The NPA Act clearly stipulates that no individual shall engage in any commercial activity related to the importation, exportation, re-exportation, shipment, transportation, processing, refining, storage, distribution, marketing, or sale of petroleum products in the downstream industry without first obtaining a license from the NPA board. Failure to secure the necessary license and properly regularize operations will result in confiscation of petroleum products, prosecution under the law, and decommissioning of facility. For more information, contact the National Petroleum Authority on 0302 550 380. You can also visit our head office located at Jolu off the N1 highway or any of our regional offices.
You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 Television. We're having the news review segment. Wanda Madilo is here. Dr. Palgrave Boache Dankwa is also here. You can also join us with your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. There's a message here. I'll read it quickly and then we'll move to the matter of the helicopter crash and the report. Nana, good morning. NDC has shown that they don't care about government workers. It is insulting to raise salary by just 9%, from 10% to 9% in 2027 to 8%. Hey, this man is ahead of us with 2027 and 2028. I mean 2017 and 2018? I'm not sure. Meanwhile, this week on this new prepaid meters will cost you more than 90 cedis with just fan and television. He says MPP will steal money but will give good increment in salary. NDC will not really steal, but hate to increase salary. Agama from Teshi sent that word in. Good morning, Anna. It was a fact that there was general insecurity in the country. The attack on NIMOS and other stakeholders confirmed that. Let us be serious as a nation. Ahmed from Nima. Swala in Adenta says, it is sad when this government is touting of a downward trend of inflation. Is this an achievement? Go to the market and see what is happening. Prices of items continue to soar on a daily basis. All right, gentlemen. The unfortunate helicopter crash, August 6. Today is November 10. We've been asking for the report to be made public. Today we understand it will be presented to the National Security Council, and hopefully on Tuesday, that's tomorrow, the report will be made public. Palgrave, back to you. You are a security person. What kind of report should we expect? And I'm asking because we know that if there are, most often than not, if a body investigates itself and the report is incriminating, you are most likely to receive a redacted report.
So Nana, I want two types of reports. The first is that I want a report that is extremely honest, transparent, and a true reflection of what happened to the family. The family must know what happened, and to the leaders of the country.
Right.
They must know what happened. The true reflection of that. Then I want a second report that talks about resolutions and how to prevent a clash of this nature to the general public. Because this borders on security, it is important we are mindful of how much we disclose to the general public. And also because of the sub-region we find ourselves, which is West Africa, and the threats around the sub-region. So we need to be mindful, because disclosing everything publicly also becomes a threat to us. And so these are the two types of reports that I want. That nothing is shredded in secrecy for the family. They must be able to know and bring closure to it. Because the government started with a DNA test to be able to identify, so they can name the bodies to the persons. So it was a very sad morning.
Indeed.
When news started splashing across and weren't too sure whether it was true or not. Even till date, I still don't believe that Omane is dead. I still don't believe Murtala is dead. It's still fresh in my memory, because they were such young blood. And I can imagine how their families are still feeling. And I'm not too sure this can bring closure to them, but the government should continue their promise and commitment to them. And I'm certain that successive governments will do that as well. So these are the two types of reports that I want. I also want the government to give us some resolutions on some protocols that must happen. Nana, nowhere in this world should we ever have a Minister for Defense, a Deputy National Security Coordinator, two security couples on one helicopter. Nowhere in this world should that happen. Shouldn't happen. Shouldn't happen. So we must relook at our protocols very well as a country. And I'm very certain that we should be able to bring closure to this. And my deepest condolences again to the family, to the entire Ghanaian people, to the NDC government. And I hope that we'll be able to put an end to this very difficult challenge that we have had.
Wonder that those who argue that if you look at the nature of that and how painful it was, perhaps the family can be called and given certain aspects of the report, and then the state will take the report and implement the reforms or recommendations of the report, and does not necessarily have to make it public, so that if like you don't remind people of the pain of the death.
Difficult moment. The report is ready today. Tomorrow there will be a press briefing, on the content of the report. Please don't be mistaken. The report is not a report that was written in isolation with the family. The family was consulted at a certain point, because you are trying to find out, when did they leave home? And when did you hear the news? Because you need to collaborate the exact time. So in writing this report, it did not isolate critical family members who should be consulted on the matter. And so they are partially aware of the process. The content of the report is what we are more, it's it's a state security report. Because the security report is confidential and only certain portions will be made known to who needs to know. We call it need to know basis. So if the part that does not concern you is not going to be made known to you, and you just have to understand that. But critically is the view which I share with him is that we need two types of reports. Of course, that is normally done. There's one that will tease out the issues, technical issues vis-a-vis lapses, if there were, and then the one that will tease out a situational report, you know, that we all will be privy to. The technical issues certainly would be issues that even the aircraft manufacturer would have to play a role. We are told that the black box was also found. They have to play a role in that. We are told that the weather may play a role. We never know. That can be part. The competence or otherwise the capacity of the crew will have to also be checked. That we don't know, and that can only be available to the technical team and all that. And then the safety of the aircraft, the age, safety, and all the miles it has done covered within this period. It's a difficult moment. I don't like talking about this issue because Dr. Manibuama is a personal friend. We relate very well. We don't talk on phone that much, but we do everything on text. Hey, bro, how, you know, and then we get along. And don't forget, I was also former president of the National Union of Ghana Students, and I ended the decade for them, the 10-year decade in 2009. So I am pretty much attached from the days of student leadership all the way to politics. And so it's hurting, it's worrying, and I don't want to talk much about this. But we pray that this report will bring finality to the many views, propaganda, many conjunctions, conjecture, many assumptions, and many of the things that we have said from spiritual, the conspiracies, the spiritual dynamics, the you know, the permutations, the pastors who came into it, the juju men who claim they were, you know, we can bring an end to this whole discourse and then look forward to the future. Ever since this has happened, I haven't been on board any aircraft. I don't think I'm afraid. It's not because I'm afraid or anything of the sort, but the mere sight of a flight, especially I use that Bema Camp, you know, bypass almost every day. And so when I'm passing and I look to Bema Camp and I see the helicopters parked there, it gives me a different feeling altogether. And I don't know, I've traveled on it a couple of times during the 2012 campaign and 2008 campaigns and all that. And sometimes when you are traveling to the north, you will hear, oh yeah, the military helicopter is going, you get some permit and you're able to go. I have serious now. But I think that we can get around this matter. It's a national disaster. Eventually time would heal wounds, and we pray that the family will be compensated. I know that some insurance packages have been put in place for them and some setups in terms of finance and all that. I pray that this would assuage the pain of the family and we can move on.
I'll come to you on how Ghanaians should prepare themselves to receive this report. But Doc, how should the media treat this report? Because sometimes in the line of work, you might end up, you know, bruising, hurting more people than you intended to do. So how should we, the media, treat this report when indeed it is released?
Well, I think that your training should accord you. You are trained to be sensitive and to be empathetic. For CTFM Channel 1, I trust your integrity. And I recall how you took your time in even breaking the news because you were waiting for government officials standing on it. So I trust you and others of your caliber. But it is important that people remember that beyond this report are lives, our mothers, our spouses, our children, and the community.
Right.
And so be very sensitive and tone down on a lot more negativity. The President John Dramani Mahama asked for a national period of mourning. And so we should all come together as a nation to collectively bring healing because that's what we need at this stage. So that would be my admonition to the media. Discuss it and put an end to it in a calm way, and leave the politics out of it.
Very well, very well. Wonder, Ghanaians as a community and how we should prepare ourselves to receive.
It's still going to be a painful reminder of something that happened a few months ago. Very painful reminder. The media, I'm sure, is the reason why tomorrow there will be a briefing, so that we can harmonize our discourse around the issue and all that. And then the family also, some psychologists have been doing some good job on the family, especially those with the shock and all that. So, and the children. This social media is so rampant that the kids get to find everything and anything anywhere. I was just telling my brother that has he been told that the daughter and my daughter are in the same school, in the same class, not just the same school. And this was because my own kids told me that, the last time the man you were on set, do you know that is my friend's dad? And I really, So you see how far social media and the media goes. So it's important that the media is circumspect. It's already a painful experience. We don't want to go through that any longer. The trauma and all that, we can leave that a little in the past and move on. Time will heal. That we know. Time will heal. I think that the media should be offering a lot of comfort now than who did what, who caused what. This person must be held liable and responsible and all that. In this case, who are we holding responsible? I mean, lives have been lost. There can never be any better conversation when a life is lost.
True.
Never.
True.
And so I think the media will be circumspect. That's why we would have a more controlled discussion by having the press briefing, giving the highlights of the report, and then we can make progress.
Right, talk about the media. Over the weekend, the 29th GJA Media Awards was held. City 97.3 was adjudged best English radio station. Yeah.
In Channel 1.
Yeah, we're coming. Our Western Bureau chief picked up the Science and Environmental Award. That's
okay, beautiful.
Yeah. Beautiful. But then overall was Godwin Asediba of Media General TV3. Congratulations to him. But the Otumfuo spoke and said unregulated new media is threatening the future of journalism. Unregulated new media. I have a problem, perhaps because of my training, with how some of these people do it. Wonder if you're a known person and a blogger sees you and wants to take a video, granted it is fine. But to the extent that you are whispering something into Palgrave's ears and there's a camera which has a microphone that will pick up your sound, close there picking all that, I feel that is so much of a threat.
Yeah, I think that we can even expand Otumfuo's commentary to AI.
True. True.
These days you see some videos, they look so real, so real. You would have to go to comment section to find out.
They have used some of our people, the likes of Bernard Avlet, to sell some crypto or something somewhere.
And it's so real, it's not funny.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm in support of the new bill in Parliament to put a certain, call it regulation in place in order that we don't throw this country aground. Some months ago, I think on this network, we were discussing how the media in Rwanda, the radio Rwanda caused a mess of Rwanda. And somebody was disagreeing and all that. I remember it was that who was disagreeing and all that.
Yeah.
But indeed, the media, the plurality of the media plays a role in development. That we cannot discount. It's still the case that the media should play a critical role in our development process. Number two, it's also the case that freedom of speech is guaranteed by the Constitution, and that is clear, that the Constitution guarantees freedom of speech. There are several bills, including the removal of the criminal libel law, the other one, there's a new one, that right to free speech and all that have given voice to media plurality, divergent opinion, and all that. But again, we are back to a stage where it is being abused. It is the abuse that should be curtailed. The abuse that must be controlled. It's the abuse that people must pay for the abuses. Because if it was a physical abuse, you would have paid the price. What about if it's a media abuse, cyberbullying, and all that we are seeing today? So indeed, that must be put in place. We already have a law that says that You cannot record me without my
I need to
express
give you
permission.
consent. Yeah.
I need to give you consent to do it. So that already is there, and it's not going to change. I'm sure that we may even toughen that a little so that people are not intruding people's privacy. If not, the next thing we see is that you see the President of the Republic, private issues all over there, and that these are security matters, and we need to be guided for that. I remember many years ago when the US and the CIA tried to show Gaddafi or one of them their privacy. They paid the price eventually. They paid an ultimate price because, I mean, that was invasion of privacy, and I think that we have to, as a country, get to that point where we're not seen to be gagging the media, but we're seen to be regulating what is put out there and all that. The last point that I want to make on this media thing is that training. I've seen some mushroom schools in this country that claim to be training journalists. You go there, and even the environment where they are is not conducive for a telling creative industry, as it were. And yet, nobody seems to be saying anything. I remember many years ago when you have the likes of GIJ, you used to have Trans-African College, then you had another one. There's one more that was also, but all of them collapsed. JE also came on the scene and all that. JE is doing well. I think government must deliberately have a way to support the whole media industry. Let it not be seen as bribing anybody when government decides to do that. But we need to develop capacities. The US government has been doing very well with the media thing. I remember the likes of Manasseh and Co. traveled on what they call the J1 visa and all that. I have also been a participant on that program in the US a couple of times. And I think the government must deliberately do that. Some of our media men should be given some scholarships to go study abroad. Some of them should see the perspective of reporting, ethical reporting, ethical report writing, ethical presentation, and all that. We need that. GBC has failed us. If GBC, I thought that if GBC was on its feet, they had a school. They used to have a training school at the time.
I think they still do.
Well, I don't know how well it's doing, but I think that the GBC would have been a good fulcrum around which this thing should be tailored. Because you go to GBC, you go to the TV station, you still see a certain level of calmness, no sensationalism, they're not in a hurry to report anything sensational, even though sensationalism sells on our airwaves, but they have a way they do that. You need to bring the fact. If you don't have the fact, you can't really.
As a state broadcaster, you can't get it wrong. You can't afford to get it wrong.
Exactly. So we need to start benchmarking ourselves around the likes of CNN, the likes of BBC, Al Jazeera, and all that. Then we can make progress. And that's why I'm calling on GBC. They should up their game. I've heard the minister say that there's a program in place to turn around the fortunes of the state broadcaster. I will be happy to see a lot of this happening.
Right. Talk. Advent of new media.
New media is the new world.
Yeah, indeed.
And we really need to put some regulations in place to guide this adverse innovative industry, because it's so much in the new world such that you don't need a license to participate in the domain of new media. Once you have a good phone, once you have a good laptop, once you have a good iPad, once you have a drone, you are in. And that's the space. The spectrum within which we must ensure that new media is regulated must be greatly an interest to Parliament. Parliament must make sure, and I recall that in our government, I can't remember whether the bill was passed, because we were working on a bill that had gone through a lot of stakeholder engagement to be passed, the broadcasting bill, when we had a part that focused on new media. And with the growth of the millennial and the innovation that is coming and the monetization of the accounts, and obviously, I mean, Wanda mentioned AI. AI is broadening too much to the extent that there is a new system that is coming up that AI can predict your thoughts before you action it. And AI, beyond predicting your thoughts, can also predict your next moves before you action it. And so new media must be a framework that Parliament must ensure that they protect it, protect the lives and livelihood of the young ones that are coming, because what we hold in our hand, which is this handset, is a clear view of our new world.
Yeah.
Because you get your news on it, you get your Bible on it, you can watch your movies on it, you can do anything on it. And so, and we also need to continually remind people about the discipline that we need. Because if we discipline ourselves well, sometimes you can put your phone away so that you can have certain level of sanity. Sometimes you can turn off your television because you will need some level of sanity and some level of sacredness, which the new media does not allow, because they are in your face. Everywhere you go, they are watching you. And so I think that we need to take seriously what the Otumfuo Osei Tutu put in place to make sure that we don't fall at the wrong side of the innovative and development of new media.
Pero, thank you so much. Gentlemen, this has been good. Wanda Madilo is with the NDC's National Communications team. Dr. Palgrave Boakye Dankwa is with the NPP's communications team. Yes.
I want to be rich like you.
Amen. Amen. Inshallah. Inshallah. Gentlemen, thank you so much. This has been the news review segment on Breakfast Daily. I am Nana Tufuo Boateng. Many thanks for your time. But don't go away. The show continues with Philip and Chris.
When you buy, you build. Your purchase becomes progress. Each choice writes a better story for someone else.
Afro-quality. Buy African, build Africa.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be lucky, luckiest. No matter what you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Goodluck no chemi way.
Yeah, man. Easy kwa. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm his baby.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompts. Yes. And then boom, confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, baby, our family payment seminar. Before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here. and here. And now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint. And I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
A lot has changed since you bank like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Sanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
The party itself has said that whenever you're in opposition, you should choose flag bearers early.
So what you are trying to tell me is that you want somebody who is going out to come and select a leader for you. So the next person will come and say, but I didn't select him.
Direct victim of attack, violent attack.
Where and when?
The first one happened in Parliament. I was pregnant.
Now, for me, it was legitimized by a radio or TV station giving her a position to work.
So for you, take issue with GH1 and what and giving her the platform.
That is where the minority is. We are on them. We've asked questions.
President Mahama would be a mean president if he prioritized only his children and DCP. He needs to demonstrate a Ghanaian government.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel One TV.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension, just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Huh?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Obeying later.
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Go be from Georgia, be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Senya God the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, a simple deletion. Mr. Good Luck no me way.
Yeah, man. Easy kwa. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm his baby.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompts. Yes. And then boom. Confirmation test.
One quick, pick 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like 7.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, baby, our family pay before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
It's Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. And if you already know or you're just joining us for the first time, this is that show that brings you all the breakfast in form of entertainment, information, politics, interviews, getting into our communities and all that. As you already know, Nana Tufo started the show at 7 o'clock. And now we are going to be taking you from now till 11 a.m. My name is Chris Carter.
My name is Philip Nilati. I'm sure you enjoyed your weekend because Chris and I, we enjoyed our weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
I saw you somewhere.
News I hire Kwan.
Okay, I hire Kwan, so like I'm okay. I'm gonna keep it to ourselves.
Here is
right?
by the roadside, so
Yeah.
it's not everything we talk about
All
on
right.
the show.
Okay.
Chris,
say it again. I hire Kwan.
I hire Kwan home.
I hire Kwan home, so I'm gonna keep it low.
Anyway, welcome to the show, and I'm sure that you are ready for what we are bringing you on the show today. It's going to be an exciting one, and I'm sure that you are preparing for the AgriFair 2025 November edition, but we term it here as Christmas edition because this is the event that is going to give you the chance to get closer to the farmers and buy what they have for you. You know, we have a food glut, rice, tomatoes, onion, and other things you can think about. Why? Maybe the farmers will decide to bring these things to AgriFair, and that tells you how easy you are going to get these produce, and definitely you are going to take them into your homes and enjoy for the Christmas. So how do you get to be part of this event? As a vendor or an exhibitor, you just have to call the number 0558-973-973 now, so you can register and book that slot because you have limited slot for you. And as the patron or someone who wants to pass through to buy, is free. Totally free for you. We have everything you can think of when you come for this event, and you would be able to pack your boot or load your boot and take home. If not, maybe you'd have to come there with some Uber or Yango or Bolt and get the taxi or the vehicle parked so that you can take to your home. So this is a platform to give you the chance to get closer to the farmers so you can prepare for that special Christmas season you've been expecting or looking forward to this year.
And another exciting thing about the AgriFair is not just for, you know, people coming to buy vegetables and livestock and all that, but also to those who are already in the agriculture industry. You can come in and then check out some of the innovations that have come up that can help your industry or your work or your company. Everything will be right there. And also those who are thinking of getting into the agriculture industry or starts, you know, even their backyard gardens. This is the perfect place to get started. Because you get to have seeds, you already have seedlings and so many things that can propel you to the next level when it comes to your backyard gardening.
You could, after this event, you could decide to enter into this operation where it's called Operation Feed Yourself. So like Chris said, you get a seed and all that, create a small land for yourself in your home or behind your house and then plant a few things, say tomatoes, onions and all the things
and
you
even
can
plant
think
in
of.
Buckets.
Exactly. So once in a while you're going to just go
I bought
plant
some
them.
with buckets here.
Oh.
Yes, I bought some seedlings with buckets.
That was in the June AgriFest.
And they're still growing. I have my mustard plant. I have my rosemary. I have the lettuce, different type of lettuce, and that's also one thing I love about, you know, the AgriFair. You get to see different types of some of the things that you are used to, or some of the vegetables that you are used to, or the legumes that you are used to. So yeah, I think you should be there. You will definitely enjoy it.
That is it for you, AgriFair. So this is powered by Channel 1 TV and City FM, and it's sponsored by Horticulture Business Platform, Development Bank Ghana, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, GESEL, and Ghana Exim Bank. And please again, make sure that you are part of this event, because this is what we can give to you out here from Channel 1 TV and City FM. It's from the 28th to 30th of November 2025. It's totally free for all patrons, but as exhibitors or vendors, you would have to call the number 0558-973-973 to register now. That's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day.
All right. Remember that the Channel 1 News app is live. So all you need to do is head to the Google Play Store if you're an Android user, either with your phone or your tablet, and then download the Channel One News app. This is the app that actually gives you information and updates on news when it comes to Ghana and beyond. And obviously, if you've been following us for a long time and you do not want to miss anything from, in fact, you're telling us that you love us so much that you trust in the news and information that we give out there, and you always want to stick with us, this is for you to download, because sometimes I know that life can take you to different parts of the world. You can travel to Europe, you can travel to Americas, you can even travel to the Antarctica. As long as there's the internet, all you need to do is head to the Google Play Store and you can download the Channel One News app and stay updated with all the news and informations that we have out there for you. Voila, very simple.
Well, so if you didn't know, we're entering straight into the trends, and 350 Ghana cedis from 500 Ghana cedis. That is going to be the new price for passport now if you are applying. And the Foreign Affairs Minister has indicated is going to take effect from Thursday, 13th November 2025.
Yeah.
So please, if you are thinking of getting a passport, this may be your opportunity to enter into it and get your passport from 500 Ghana cedis to 350 Ghana cedis. That is going to be for the application for new passport fees. I'm sure the public is excited about this. Let's bring you comments from them, what they are saying about this. And there's a say that I did mine 3 days ago. I should have waited. Well, you should have when it was announced, but you've done it, so maybe you have to just forget about it. Kindly tell some of the staff to stop extorting money from individuals who are there to get their passport done.
That's a good one.
Can we bargain to 150 Ghana cedis asking for my neighbor? No, you're asking for yourself. You're not asking for your neighbor. As I said, OMG, oh my God, see a working country. Anyway, that's an interesting one coming from Nigerians, and this individual is called Nigerians. How much is it in Nigeria?
Oh,
it's not that expensive, right?
It's 350 now.
Yeah, 350 now.
Nigeria.
Or maybe
no,
you...
Nigeria, it's a bit lower.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a bit lower, but when you are doing it from Ghana, it's $200.
$200. So $200, that's like 2,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah, when you're doing it from
expensive.
Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what is the period getting it if you are doing it in Nigeria?
In Nigeria.
Yes. It doesn't take long.
Depends on who you know.
Or depends on who you know. Maybe that's what our Foreign Affairs Minister is trying to clear.
Not
who you know, but directly how you're going to get it.
But yeah, but I don't think it takes up to 2 weeks, up to 3 weeks and all that.
Before getting it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's bring you some more comments on this, and we can see this one from a cabinet minister. It says that how about the price of passport application at the foreign missions? Will there be a 30% reduction as well?
No, I don't think so.
Lowering costs is a smart move. The real test is streamlining the processes to match the efficiency of agile emerging markets. Anyway, certainly a lot of people are going to get it. So what about the people who couldn't migrate to the new portal and being asked to pay another 500 Ghana cedis to start the process again? Well, we do not know about that. Maybe this question would have to be diverted or channeled to the Foreign Affairs Minister to address this. A number of things that will come out as a result of the reduction, but I'm sure that there should be ways and means or measures put in place by the Foreign Affairs Ministry or the minister himself, that is Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, to curb some of these things and ensure that the right thing is done.
But people are talking about portal, so that means it's going to be done through a portal. And I think if it's done through a portal, it's easier to manage it and also streamline the whole thing. So I think it will work, because the last time I also did my passport in the Nigerian embassy here, it was a whole portal system. It was not like you just walk inside and say, I want to do this. It was a whole, there's a portal, there's a this. So there's a time for waiting, there's a time it's going to come out. So you have no control over, when I'm going to get my passport.
There's no human in there.
Yeah, there's no human in there.
But we will find and put a human somewhere. But you know that there is a Superman in Ghana.
But did you watch Superman though?
Yeah. Superman, Spider-Man. Yes. There's a Superman in Ghana, if you didn't know.
Yeah.
Chris, tell us about that.
So the Superman in Manchia, actually, he's a Brazilian lawyer and content creator, Leonardo Mulher, popularly known as the Tall Clark. And if you don't know who Clark is the guy that played Superman, or actually Superman himself, but in the real life, for his uncanny resemblance to Superman. And he was spotted at the Manchia Palace, making a memorable appearance at the traditional event. And a lot of people are wondering, okay, so what is he coming to do in Ghana and all that?
Superman.
But I like the way he said Superman. A lot of people are wondering, you know, first of all, when I saw it, I thought it was AI. But then again, I watched, I'm like, oh, okay, this really happened. And it was said that he, you know, he's someone, as a content creator, he visits so many countries. And his type of content is actually to put smiles on faces of children in the hospital. So he dresses as Superman and goes to hospitals to, you know, play with the kids and make them happy. So he's visited countries like Australia, Canada, Brazil, Ecuador, and now he's in Ghana. You know, probably he's going to be looking at some hospitals, some schools, and probably some charity work. But from what I heard, he was invited by a doctor, or maybe it was, you know, it's a collaborated, you know, effort with him and a doctor here in Ghana for him to be here.
Wow.
So I hope to see him in different hospitals.
Let's see what the public is saying about the Superman in Ghana. If you didn't know, there's a Superman in Ghana. Chris.
Avengers Ashanti branch, they come soon. I believe it. This scene will soon be in movies. Oh yeah, it's true. It's possible.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he really looks nice, like Superman in, you know, Wakanda.
Okay.
Superman 2, we take drums, go meet him.
What kind of Superman uses the airport
Instead of flying?
Or got you for flying?
I want to understand something. The people where they play the drums, no, are they at the airport all the time? Because Superman there.
Drums for home bang.
How do drums concern Superman? Yeah.
But you know, when you're drumming, then the Superman will be flying. So this was let's show the one at the airport. So
Yeah.
let's show this. So this was Superman at the airport.
Oh, give it to him!
He was
Superman.
dancing. Yeah, Superman was dancing, but he's tall. Oh.
That's why it's called Tall Clark.
Wow. Interesting. So if you didn't know and you've been watching the movies, well, Superman is in Ghana.
Superman is in
We
Ghana.
don't know when he will depart. Maybe I saying he will go back to his country, but we could meet him again at the airport. He's so excited.
Clearly, and he's so fit.
He's excited that he's in Ghana. Well, and the drums though, does he really understand?
He doesn't understand what's going on. All he knows is he's Superman now.
Anyway, so that's it for you. The Superman in Ghana. Let's bring you this final one. Yesterday, I actually watched the match myself. That is Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak. I don't know, for some funny reasons, I think maybe the momentum for this match really dipped. Well, that's what I think, because ideally, Accra Hearts of Oak and Kotoko, we should see a lot of people at the park. Maybe they did go, but there was a penalty that Kotoko got to their favor, and that eventually led to the first goal. But latter part, I think within the 5 minutes extra time, getting to the end of the match, then Hussein Mohammed did some jangbele and scored. But after, the linesman just had actually raised the flag to indicate that that was an offside. And this didn't go down well with some of the supporters and also Hussein Mohammed. And as soon as I saw that, I knew that the referee will not go out peacefully like that. No. These things, that doesn't happen on our pitches. And I knew that he wouldn't go out peacefully like that. So in the video that you can see, that was Hussein Mohammed, who was actually trying to make his statement. Well, let's bring you the goal that led to this, how Hussein Mohammed's goal was. It was a very nice goal. It was a very, very nice goal. So you see, and he was already in the offside position, and that was it. And he got it back into the back of the net. He thought he had scored. He was excited, jubilating, just to be told that, gentlemen, it's offside. And you think that was the equalizer. He had made it 1-1 for Accra Hearts of Oak, and they could brag that, well, the Okuma Pemba people who came down to Accra at least didn't go back with all the points. But so some people are arguing that it's a goal. Others are also saying that it's an offside goal. And the argument continues and goes on and goes on and goes on. But as soon as I saw this, I knew that the referee wouldn't get it that easy when he's moving out. But anyway, that's football for you. That's an interesting one that we have Accra Hearts of Oak and Kotoko yesterday, which actually ended in 1-0 against Accra Hearts of Oak. Arose.
And you know, like, even people in the studio here right now still don't believe that it was an offside.
Of course.
People like Joel and Evans, you know.
They still don't believe that it was an offside. They think it's a clear goal. Anyway, so that's what we have for you for trends. I don't know if you have the video of the day. Let's bring you the video of the day.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available, with 22 kilograms of baggage included. Book now with Jet2 Holidays. Package holidays you can trust. After National Protected. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available, with 22 kilograms of baggage included. Book now with Jet2 Holidays. Package holidays you can trust. After National Protected. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family.
Just know that everything you're doing, someone is watching. Yeah, there's a camera actually. Just know that everything you're doing, someone is watching. Someone can actually tell you what you did in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. And you think that you're doing pickpocketing. There's a camera on you, and the camera was just watching you. And as soon as you were leaving the scene peacefully, you thought that nobody had seen you. The camera just saw you, and you had to just bring back the money.
But you know something about this guy. This is his type of content, right? But I feel like he's so good in it. I feel like he has done it before. You see, just the look on his eye every time the camera catches.
like as if he's amazed, anyway.
You know?
So that is the video of the day for you. Interesting one. Over the weekend, we got some great news, and we are excited about it here at City FM and Channel 1 TV at the DJ Awards. And we also want to say that congratulations to all individuals that got awards. Asidiba, he got the Journalist of the Year, and I say good one, and congratulations to you, man. Here at Channel 1 TV, Akwesi Eje Enim won the Best Science and Environment Reporting Award. And the ultimate for us here at City FM and Channel 1 is the fact that we were adjudged the best English radio station in the country, and you can't take that away from us. So it was an interesting one, and we are excited about that. We are just still going to put up the momentum to ensure that we will stay up there when it comes to all the awards we have won here at Channel 1 TV. That is Akwesi Eje Enim, and also City 97.3 FM winning the best English radio station of the year. And we would engage Akwesi shortly to tell us what he makes of this award, how excited he is. We know that he's been on with the Galamsey fight. Trust me, Akwesi has really done a lot. Western Regional Bureau Chief, he's that sector or area. He's gone to a lot of places to file a report on the environment that is Galamsey. He's been with the minister, he's been with the regional minister and all that. So
and he's been attacked.
Exactly. Yeah, he was attacked actually. So it's a well-deserved award. Akwesi joins us. Akwesi, good morning.
Good morning, Philip.
I trust you are doing well.
I'm doing okay.
How are you feeling this morning after I judged the best reporting or per your report that you've been doing in science and environment? Tell us the feeling.
Well, Philip, I feel okay, just fine. But also encouraged in a sense that, I mean, it tells that people see what we are doing. And for me, the subject that I was recognized on, for me, is very important. Today, everybody is talking about environment because of the devastation being caused by these illegal miners. And so, for you to be taken out of many and then recognized for your contribution in advancing the cause of protecting the environment is encouraging, and it also throws more light on the fact that the issue of the environment is something that is of concern, and that is why the GGA decided to create a whole category for it to be recognized. So I feel much encouraged this morning.
Someone will ask, did you see this coming?
No, I mean, I know a lot of us are doing reporting, but I wasn't so much surprised in the sense that, over the years, most of us have focused on reporting about the negatives, I mean, the pollution, the devastation of the environment, and I was looking for something refreshing, something assuring. If there were any success stories that could actually be also brought to, I mean, people's attention, and that is why I set out to look for whether there are other success stories like this very story from German that I was, recognized for. German is a community that actually stood up to fight or resisted against the invasion of illegal small-scale miners in their catchment. And for me, that was very unique, very new to the fight against, the destruction of the environment. And for me, it tells that, when issues comes up and we are looking at it, we don't just have to look at it from just one direction. We must also look at whether in the midst of all the challenges, whether there are some positives. And Gemma came out as a very positive story where a chief who was actually bedridden, not doing well, in fact, very sick, and even needed help to actually take care of a health, sick situation, still resisted influences to actually get miners to come into the community. Monies were offered to him to allow the illegal miners to actually begin to mine within the catchment of his community. He refused. And as a result, they've been able to actually protect their water bodies, and these water bodies were looking very clean compared to other water bodies we've reported on when it comes to the devastation of illegal small-scale mining. So for me, it wasn't so much surprising in the sense that I knew it was one of the unique stories that we have told among the many stories we have told when it comes to illegal small-scale mining.
Right. So at what point in your career did you actually decide to focus on the environment?
Well, Western region is the hub of Ghana's extractive industry, and the coming in of the oil and gas industry even made it more present. And so from the commencement of my career here in the Western region from 2007, I've been doing a lot of extractive issues, and extractive also extraction always impacts on the environment. And so you can't have mining or petroleum extraction without an impact on the heritage of the area and the environment. And so environment issues always move hand in hand with extraction. And so you cannot be reporting from the Western region of Ghana without having to also be interested in the impact of these activities on the environment. So I've been doing this since 2007.
Right. So if you were asked what advice would you give to, upcoming journalists that are looking up to you, what would that be?
Well, I would say that, let us all join this fight in the protection of the environment, because this is where, this is our ecosystem. This is where we exist. And we depend on everything within the environment. quality water, even the food. Recently, there was a publication about a potential threat to pollution to vegetables that we eat, everyday vegetables that we eat. And people are even very much afraid. Some are saying that they don't now have the willingness or the desire to actually go there and buy some of these, vegetables to eat. And it tells you that the environment is so critical. And so whatever that we are doing, you must also try to pay attention to what is happening with the environment. And do not just focus on the negatives, but also look at whether there are some encouraging or positive things happening amidst all the challenges that we have within the environment. So journalists must look at the stories from all sides of the issue.
You have been working on this Galamsey illegal mining issue for a very long time as a reporter. I want to find out from you, what do you make of the fight? You think we are winning, or maybe we aren't there yet?
We are nowhere close to winning the fight against the devastation within the environment caused by these illegal small scale. We are nowhere close to it. We need to do, 100% more of what we are doing to be able to actually protect the water resources, the natural resources that we have. Most of the river bodies that we have, you hardly see fishes in there. They've all been killed because of the pollution of these water bodies. And so, some strides have been made here and there, but it seems a lot of people have been compromised within this whole fight. We're talking about regulators, we're talking about law enforcers, we're talking about even community leaders, the chiefs, the assemblymen. We all seem to be aiding the whole devastation of the environment. And until we all begin to see the direction that the government is looking at, we will not be able to actually fight it. I see something is being done, but we need to do far, far more than what we are doing before we can get to where we really want to go. Fight against.
Well, with what you have said, tell us the level of devastation you as a reporter will say that you've seen and haven't filed or done reports in this space, that is science and environment.
Well, I must say, even with Jama, I followed up later and I heard some, attempts were being made by some of these illegal miners to come. People who felt they had a certain backing, but the community continued to fight, and so they could not actually enter. But if you look at the water bodies, that has always been a reference point when it comes to measuring, the basic measuring of the level of pollution. We haven't seen any change in terms of improvement of the color or the turbidity of the water. When you move around, you still see some activities of illegal small-scale mining, and these things are happening not far from security posts. And you wonder what the security people are doing, whether they are waiting for a certain command before they will act on that. That's why I said that, if I'm to tell you that Galamsey fight has gotten to a point where we can say we are winning, we are nowhere there. Some arrests, every day we see arrests, but they always find themselves going back. And so we need to really get to a point where we can really nip this whole fight, this whole distraction in the bud. I look at the water body. The last time I happened to patrol the Ankobra, very much polluted, and all along the shores of the river, you could see these elements they use, the equipment they use in devastating this river body. And it is a very lonely and very quiet place. So I think that we can also begin to motorize our river bodies, make it possible for people to actually transport people on the stretch, so that the people being transported on the stretch can also be our eyes on on whatever is happening on the river bodies. It's a very lonely place. You don't see, you could be in a boat for more than 1.5 hours and you don't see any community along the stretch. And so whatever anybody is doing within the catchment of such river bodies, nobody will see it. But if you have commercial, vessels moving people up and down, it will deter people from actually devastating these river bodies. And again, the government's current promise to actually station security people and not just come and do a one-off swoop and go and leave the space for people to come back and reconverge and then do their devastation. I think if that is done, it will help.
Maybe last 3 questions before you take leave of us. Recently, you filed a report around the area where illegal mining has affected the rail line. What is the update with that story when the regional minister, for the Western regional minister, went with his entourage to visit that particular area?
The last time I checked, the Ghana Railway Development Authority was trying to refill those places that have been created, that they've created, that and created holes over there. But in terms of actually laying the slabs on the place, on the refilled places to actually allow the rail to be able to be put on it, it has not been done. But I'm not surprised because the Ghana Railway Development Authority is not focusing on enhancing or redeveloping the old single lane rail line. They are rather focusing on the standard gauge line, which they are hoping to reach in Suta in some time to come. But if you take, even with that one, we are not even close to half of the standard, 60-kilometer standard gauge that we are doing. So we still have a long way to go in terms of reactivating. But as we speak right now, if the Ghana Manganese decides to haul its bauxite through the rail to tackle at the port, it will not be possible because the rail has been destroyed by the illegal activities of these miners.
So sad, and a good job you are doing there as the reporter in the science and environment space. But final two questions. As you've been doing this, what has been your high moment and low moments as a reporter?
That's a difficult point. For me, my high moment is when you go out there, you jump around, you come back, and then the story is treated, and you see it's well treated out there. For me, that is the biggest, level that any reporter want to see. But you get demoralized when the story is not well handled because the story is not done just by you. It goes through other people's hands. And I keep saying that we can be doing and be winning more of these things when there is proper cooperation among the team when it comes to packaging pieces. And so for me, it's not going out there that is a difficulty, but it is how the story is handled. That for me, that's it for me.
I would say thank you so much for your time. We are grateful. Akwesi actually was adjudged as the best journalist in reporting on science and environment. And of course, we are happy and excited that he's been able to achieve this feat, and he's going to report more on issues within the environment space. Mind you, we have been championing the cause here on Channel One TV and also at City FM when it comes to the illegal mining situation and all that. So we expect that you stay with us here so that we can also do what we can do best, add our quota to national development and also to the fight against illegal mining. Channel One TV here, we will do what we bring the stories and demand the change that is needed. And also City FM judged the best English radio station of the year. That was a very, very, very good one. And we couldn't have done this without your support and also your consistent listenership, because we have some ardent listeners who are with us every now and then just to correct us and also to tell us where we've gone wrong and where we've done it right, and also congratulate us as and when. Chris?
Yeah, I think that was a good birthday gift. For City.
Yeah, 21st.
Yeah.
21st anniversary. Yeah.
So that's a great birthday gift. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Anyway, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be getting straight into our community, and it's at Wenchiki to be specific. So we'll be right back.
My name is Obidumdi Edu. Let me welcome you to Franco, your home of quality and affordable electrical appliances. Franco has in stock mobile phones, laptops, washing machines, television sets ranging from 32 to 100 inches. Yes, as big as 100 inches. They are very affordable and energy efficient. Yes, so rush to any Franco shop and grab for yourself any of the electrical appliances. Franco, still phone papa FA.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink at a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From Latepia, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're lucky, everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Ha! Even now, your shadow the way designer.
I use my own mouth to reject him. Oh, this is my mouth. Look at that.
Kwame, my son. Now, tell me the truth. How did this all happen?
Oh, mommy, simple direction. Mr. Good Luck no check me way.
Yeah, man. Easy car. Or dial star 712 hash.
The devil is a liar.
He picked his ticket and entered his lucky 5-digit number.
I'm a birthday.
Oh, how romantic.
And he followed the prompts. Yes. And then boom. Confirmation test.
One quick, big 5 numbers for me, okay? I'm feeling like service.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the
You see how they love you now?
Yo, baby, our family payment before December, may release a motivational album. Patapa, my super.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Yeah, welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. Now it's time for us to get into our communities. And like I said before we went on the break, we are going to Wenchiki. Wenchiki is actually in the northeast region, and the people in Wenchiki are actually appealing to the government and benevolent individuals to come to their aid. And it's all because of issues of potable water. These people have no access to potable water. There's actually a report here by our northeastern regional correspondent, Mohammed Aminu M. Alabera. So let us watch this, and then we come back and have a conversation on it.
The water situation in Wenchiki reflects a broader challenge across the Cherpune district, where there is no pipe-borne water. Residents rely mainly on dams and boreholes, many of which have broken down, forcing them to share and save water sources with animals. The dam often dry up by December or January, shortly after the rains end in mid-October. This year's poor rainfall has further worsened the situation, leaving residents struggling to access water for domestic use. Some residents who spoke to Channel One News shared the daily hardships they endure in search of water.
Look at animals that we share with. They defecated inside. Animals feces while we humans also drink it from it. You see, the water is already contaminated. So we are appealing to philanthropists, we are appealing to government, we are appealing to NGOs to come to our aid to get potable water.
Right now we are in November. By December, no matter whom you are, whether you are a married person or a bachelor, you don't have a woman. Because the woman goes to search for water from the bush. Why? Because the dam we have a dam behind here. But by the end of December, the whole place will become dry. The nurses they are talking of, they will all faces problem with water. Very soon, it's only chief that may be supporting them with a donkey cart to get them water to drink or do any other house activities.
Wanchiki, the second largest community in the district, has its paramount chief joining the appeal, calling on government and development partners to intervene by providing boreholes or other sustainable water systems.
We are still appeal to government NGOs. We are use this Channel One platform for appeal. So for our dam rehabilitations, we need support. NGOs, government, any religious persons who can come to our aid to support Wanchiki for possible water, so that we can be very, very, very happy.
The quality of water across the Cherpune district remains a major concern. The Wanchiki Dam is choked with weeds and animal droppings, posing serious health risk. Women who bear the burden of fetching water for their household say they can no longer cope and are appealing for urgent government support.
I can't even cope for them. If the women can cope, I really can't cope just by watching this. This is too much. And I didn't know what to expect because I've never watched this report prior to now. But watching this report, I mean, this is just too much. This is just too much. These people are drinking the same water with animals, and their legs are in the water. The animal's leg is in the water. The animal is defecating in the water. It's just, and it's Ghana.
Yeah, we have issues in this country.
And it's Ghana.
A lot of issues that maybe we are taking certain things for granted. But Aminu M. Alabira is joining us, the gentleman who filed the report, to tell us more about the report and also the situation in Wanchiki. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, boss.
Assalamu
alaikum.
Malaikum salam. I trust you are doing well as well.
By His grace, alhamdulillah.
I want to find out from you, the population in Wanchiki, can you share with us how many people reside in Wanchiki?
Thank you so much, and good morning to our cherished viewers. Wanchiki is the second largest community after Cherpune, and the population there is close to 4,000 people living there. Yeah, boss, it will interest you to know the whole of Cherpune district. It is not only in Wanchiki community that are having this issue with water. Cherpune town itself, or the whole of Cherpune district, there's no pipe water.
Wow.
The whole of Cherpune district, there is no pipe anywhere in the Cherpune district. They all depend on dam and stream waters.
Right.
And it has to do with, in the rainy season like this, that is the time they have water abundant. But as soon as the rain stops, like it is now, currently we are in the dry season is picking up in the region here, and communities around that area have started bearing the brunt. Animals and human beings, they all use the same water, and the safety of the water is something. Those people defecate around. So seriously, if I am there for a report, I actually sometimes go with my own water bottles in my bag. So that if I go there, I don't usually take water around that place because I cannot vouch for the safety of the water in the area.
Right. Are there water bodies in Cherepuni and also Wenchiki, apart from the dam?
There are streams where people usually farm rice and things. And you know, these days, because they use chemicals to spray the weeds and other things, that one too is another thing that is seriously affecting the people.
Right.
The river Oti or the Blackwater is a bit far away from Cherepuni. And people over there is donkeys and other things that they use. The tricycles, popularly called the yellow, and they are not available in that community. Seriously, Cherepuni is still a very deprived area. Talk less of Wenchiki. Because if you go to Cherepuni, it will take you another hour to reach Wenchiki.
All right.
So, seriously, life there is terrible.
All right, so I saw the use of donkeys to help them transport their water. Is that like the only way to transport water?
Yes, like I said, donkeys are the source or the vehicles through which they carry water in Cherepuni, except motorbikes and other things. Unlike other places where there are tankers or this is fetching water. Cherepuni or Wenchiki, no, there are no tankers. There are only donkeys that people will put drums inside and then move to the dam side to fetch.
And for how long has it been like this? And apart from asking how long has it been like this, has there ever been a time that they had like, say, Ghana water?
For how long it has been like this?
Yeah.
I think since the beginning of the Cherepuni district, it has been this way. Because Cherepuni, like I said earlier, they have never seen a pipe water except maybe the DCEs, the MPs. They will in a way maybe have mechanized boreholes in their homes. But for the population or the public, no, they all depend on the dam. And talking of them ever seeing Ghana water or something, if you remember last year, there was water shortage over there, and people had to transport water from all the way from Yendi, Nalergo to the place. I remember I did such a report too. So Ghana water is something else in the whole of Cherepuni district, not only in Wenchiki.
All right. You talk about DCE and the MPs probably having their own boreholes or stuff like that. But do they know about this situation? And if they know about this situation, what have they done to help with the situation?
Talking about they knowing about this situation, they are also living. They are also living in that situation. So definitely they are aware. Isn't that somebody they are living somewhere or somebody will have to tell them. They themselves are aware that this is the station over there. And the current DCE, in my conversation with him, tells me that there are plans that he has on his table to do. He outlined a number of communities that he wanted to assist with boreholes for now. So, talking about they knowing, seriously, they all know about the issue.
Wow, interesting. Alabira, you just hold on for us. Be on the line. Let's engage the Assembly Member for Wenchiki Electoral Area, Banier Panchani Abubakar, who is joining us via phone. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Yeah. First of all, I want to find out from you, as the Assembly Member for Wenchiki Electoral Area, what more can you share with us concerning the water situation in your electoral area?
The water situation in Wenchiki electoral area is very bad. Even we can't, I don't know how to even relate it to. Now we are in November. If we have to get water to Bafkura, it's a problem. It's just a problematic. And then they constructed some dam for us for the past 7 years, and then it has washed away and then as of now, it is completely dried. So, what we do to survive is we have to travel from Wenchiki to the River Oti before we can even get a stream river water, which is about 68 kilometers. And it's not everybody who can even go there to fetch that water. So the water crisis in Wenchiki is very, very bad.
Wow. Well, here in Accra, sometimes if some communities do have or are facing a water shortage or challenges, there are containers or tankers rather that will move around at fees to bring water to their various homes. Is it like that in Wenchiki?
No. Here we don't even know what we call water tank that will carry water and go around. We don't have such.
And do you, are there sachet water that is being sold or bags of sachet water that people can also use in their homes?
Yes, there's a sachet water that people can use in our home. But here is the case, it's not everybody who can even afford to buy. That's just the problem.
Is there a health facility in Wenchiki?
There's a health center.
So how do they go about their day-to-day activities with the water that you have?
That is where I wanted to even talk about. That place even have made a complaint to our DC and then some NGOs about that issue. There's no water in the facility. So even if anytime a woman go there for a delivery, how to get water to wash the baby is a problem. Sometimes you even be on your bed and they'll call, Honorable, we need water because some woman has come and delivered here. Then you have to find a way of getting a jerrycan to go and fetch the water and send to the facility.
Wow.
There are also lack of water. There's no water. So we had some, they dig some for us the last time, but there's not enough water. Even currently to open it, there's no water that is flowing there.
What is the problem? Because you made mention of boreholes being constructed and you are not able to get water. Is it that there's a problem with the ground or the soil itself that is having a toll on you, or some form of mechanism or strategy or technology has to be used to ensure that the people of Wenchiki get water every day?
Even though it's not all area in the community has that problem, but some area has water. It's just the mechanic that will have the challenge. Most of the borehole are spoiled, and then we're finding it difficult to, work on it.
What results in it getting spoiled? Is it that it's not being used well, maintenance?
Come and do it, and they don't come and do it, and they don't come.
And he's been there for how many terms?
No, that is his first time.
This is first time. So previously was the MB?
Honorable Razak.
Okay. And what did he also?
Razak.
Okay. And what did he also do?
Well, that's the same. When he was there, he was also promising that he will come and then work on the pump, the pipe. So he voted out. He didn't come.
Is it difficult getting connected to the Ghana Water Company or Ghana Water Limited or company? Ghana Water Limited, say treatment plant. But before that, is there any treatment plant in the area that you think that people of Wenchiki can be connected to get a constant supply of water?
Well, if we have the dam that has wash away, if like we had we'll get any assistance from any of the department, like the government or any NGO that will come and put the dam into a standard one, I think that one will be able to supply the community enough water. But you know, when they were constructing the dam, that was the previous, but then your mama first administration, and when he voted out, then it was just abandoned. So it washed away.
Oh, so there's a dam which is supposed to be fully constructed.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, we are praying that this government will look at that now, that because it was started during their era, so definitely it will be completed. We are hoping and praying so. But have you gotten any report from your people, say your constituents, as to whether there are some health implications because they are not getting potable water? You made mention of the fact that even getting water to take your bath is even a big problem.
Yes. There's a lot of concern, and day in, day out, anytime they see you, are you able to contact MP or DC concerning our water issue? And I'll tell them yes, and say then you should just do fast and come and, give us in favor. If not, before we get into the rainy season, it will be another issue again. So the last assembly meeting we had, I raised that issue in the assembly meeting that, in fact, we were in a serious crisis. They have to respond to our grievances. If not, we find it difficult to even get a drinking water. So they told me that they'll see to it and then they'll come and work on the borehole. Up now, I've not heard anything.
Abubakar, did you follow them for the campaign 2024?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
All right. So I just want to ask, can you paint a picture for us, especially how it looks like in the dry season, since you've experienced this for a while?
You mean the dam or the borehole?
No, the whole situation at Wenchiki. When it's the dry season, like the December now, how do people cope? Can you paint a picture for us?
Okay, I can send a picture, but currently I'm not in Wenchiki.
No. Not you sending a picture. Just give us a description of what the whole situation is like. How far people have to go and get water. Sometimes we don't use water. Like, tell us what it is.
Well, that's why I started by saying that even now, those that can afford, some use a donkey truck or motorcade to travel far, like 52 or 58 kilometers to the river.
Okay.
Before they can get water for their family members. And those that they can't, some of them, it take them 2-3 days before they come back.
Huh? Oh.
Yes.
Wow. Anyway, Banya Pachini Abubakar, Assembly Member for Wenchiki Electoral Area, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We are most grateful.
All right.
Wow. 2 to 3 days without taking your bath because you do not have water in your area, in your community. Like we keep saying that, Charlie, Ghana is not only Accra. So if there are some things that are supposed to be given to people in these, so to speak, rural areas, it should be done, and it should be done well, because see, you stay in a community where you have to battle with cattle, you have to battle with animals, you have to battle with whatever it is to get water. And we are 68 years old, mind you. We've moved far away from the stage where people would say that they gain independence, and we have gained independence and we are 68 years old. Some of these things shouldn't even come up at all, because see, something as basic as water should be in almost every community. People shouldn't be struggling to get water. We asked the assembly member if really they could get access to sachet water. He said yes, they do, but
not
you don't have the financial muscle to buy them. You
because
can't afford.
Because you're not just buying one bag.
You'd have to buy, and imagine you have like 3, 4, 5 children, and they are supposed to go to school every morning or something. You cannot.
And you have to cook.
Yes, you have to cook as well, and you would have to wash. So imagine you are not getting water to even bath. Talk less of washing, or maybe using that same water to wash your utensils or your clothing. So you can tell the struggle they are going through up there in Wenchiki. But Aminu, I think, is still on. Let's engage Aminu. Okay, Aminu is off, but we'll be working the lines to see if we can get other officials from the area to speak to as to what really the concern is. This is in the Chiraponi area. And definitely, Aminu made mention that in the Chiraponi district, definitely they have issue with water, I should think that there may be a bigger problem. Sometimes it's someone would say it's the topography or it's the area that they find themselves. So you find it difficult trying to drill water. But we've seen people get into drilling and all that, and they're able to tap water. And for these areas, I should think that the water is even going to be fresh.
It should be fresh if they find water.
If they find water.
Yeah, it should be.
Because I'm not sure that maybe anything like Galamsey is happening there.
Exactly. So it should be fresh.
It should be fresh.
But the only thing is, even if they find water, or maybe there's a stream that has clean water, they will still have to share with the animals.
Well, if there is a borehole, that maybe it's a mechanized borehole and they have to...
Okay, that will work.
Yeah, that will work. But also what he made mention of the fact that the assembly member says that most of the boreholes couldn't be maintained well and they are destroyed. So if you have a borehole that you've used for 1, 2, 3 years and it's destroyed, certainly the NGO or the benevolent individual or the organization that came in to do that borehole may not be able to come in and construct another one. So there should be a maintenance culture as well, because if it gets spoiled or it's destroyed, it affects all of us. And you would have to travel long distances to go and fetch water. And I didn't even ask him about how children go about their day-to-day activities, because you would have to get water before you'd go to school. You have to take your bath. And what if you are not able to get water to even take your bath? You've not washed your clothing. You are putting a burden on the teachers, because they will now be inhaling in the classrooms. And they will be going about. See, it has its own ripple effect. Like yes, because I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you as a teacher, and you come to the school, you've not taken your bath, you've not washed your clothing and all that.
Even
how
the
do you
teacher
want
might
me?
not
Yes,
water
how do you want me to survive
No,
in the
even
class?
the teacher probably doesn't have water to.
We have Shani Kofi Amadu, who is a DC for Chirepone, joining us. I think this is the second time he's joining us on the show for us to talk about water issues. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
My trust are doing well.
Good. I'm also doing well.
Of course, we've come to you again with water situation. It looks like the Chirepone district has a big problem when it comes to water supply or water issues. Let's hear from you. What is the situation in Wanchiki, and what you know, what are the plans for the people of Wanchiki?
Actually, let me say good morning to all of you, and also say good morning to the good people of Chirepone. In regards to the water situation in Wanchiki, in fact, assembly alone or government alone cannot do it. But there's NGO, CSM, the Coastal State Stability Mechanism, they are in the district. When they came to my office, that was last week, we put it before them. And they have accepted my request to work on the dam at Wanchiki. You know, there's an old dam there, which was cut off, is it 5 or 6 years ago. So the CSN are here to come and start work on the dam. And apart from that, Assembly is also ready to support the CSN, either physical, either cash or whatever, to do the rest. The dam for the good people of Wanchiki.
Okay, so it looks like there's a plan to get water for the people of Wanchiki.
Yes, mashallah, there's a plan.
But I'm sure you've stayed in this area for a very long time. The reason why you are now the district chief executive for the area. In the past, we know that construction of boreholes have been done every now and then, and the people have been getting water and all that. What will you say that the challenge is with the construction of the borehole that eventually has led to this situation that we would have to now wait for the full construction of a dam before the people of Wanchiki can access potable water?
The one option is that you see, that particular dam that I'm talking of was constructed somewhere 2016, 2015. Then when it cut off somewhere 2017, up to now, they haven't worked on the dam. So we did a borehole for them, about 3 boreholes last year. And also last 2 years, they had another borehole through the same organization,
that is the NGO, the CSM. They provided them 2 boreholes. That was last 2 months. One we went in them commissioning. So we were taking, apart from constructing the borehole, if not the construction of the dam, the borehole will not be enough for them. As last said that the water saving in Siripeni district on the ground is not there. It's not enough. So our best option is construction of dams or proper dams. And also tapping the water from when we meet Siripeni Township from River Oti will be the best way. But the boreholes, some of the boreholes, there's not enough water because the water on the ground is not stable.
Wow. So there's a bigger problem that has to be resolved.
Yeah.
Wow. From what you are saying, it doesn't look like you people would get the people in a sort of solution anytime soon. Is there a timeline that you are looking at, say in the next 6 months, 1 year, 2 years?
Because of the rainy season, the CSM wanted to start that was 3 months ago. And they said, no, far as it's raining or there's water in that particular portion, that dump, they want the rain to take over. Or once the dry season starts, they will come and work on it fully. Construct new one completely for the good people of Wanchiki. New one. New dam. So, and I'm sure with the support of the CSM, the water problem in Wanchiki will be solved. And also that of Assembly.
All right. Do you know when exactly, if you had to put a timeline to it, when do you think this will be solved?
Well, actually, I just returned from Accra. I'm here to meet the field monitor for CSM, who is also happy to meet in Siripeni, so that he will give him the timeline when they are planning to go there and also see the way forward to support them.
Anyway, so for now, what can you say that the people of Wanchiki and Chirepone in general, how should they go about their day-to-day activities as they battle with potable water supply?
What I can say to the good people of Chirepone as well as that of Wanchiki is that we are here to provide 10 number boreholes. We are just going to start very soon. We have open tender for that, and the contract will be awarded at least little by next week for them to start digging the boreholes. And also assure them that with the support of the CSM, next month, definitely, that was the information I was told, that next month they will be aside and then start working on the dam.
But as we are looking at this timeline, next month, next week, next 2 years and all that, have you heard or have you been told of any health implications that these individuals or the residents are battling with as a result of the non-availability of water?
No, now, not all that severe or the health implication, no. Only that the little information or the report I'm getting, sometimes when they go to the hospital, there's lack of staff force in the district. Typhoid.
Wow, typhoid. That's a big one. Okay, Sheini Kofi Amadou, DC, Chirepone, thank you so much for your time. We are grateful. We are just hoping that at least you get the needed help you need as the DCE.
You do what you can do and get them potable water.
Yeah, very important. For now, as I can say that I wouldn't want to be in your shoes at all because your area is really battling with potable water supply. Thank you so much for your time, sir. We're grateful that you joined us, and at least you've told us what the plan is like to get the issue resolved and also to get water for the people of Wonchiki in the Chereponi district. And we are just praying that all plans that have been put in place by the various authority at least will materialize. And also, benevolent individuals out there, you would want to support the people of Wonchiki, because you wouldn't want to stay in such a community where you'd have to battle with cattle, or you'd have to battle with whatever it is, so you can get the little water in the area, or you're sharing with animals. The big problem that I still wouldn't want to understand, or I'm finding to really
hard
come to
to
terms with,
yeah.
bathing for 72 hours.
So, with the school situation, the teacher might also not have water.
Yeah. So you're not taking your bath.
Everywhere.
No, you are not really taking your bath for 72 hours. Really. Because you do not have water. And you would move
I just
about.
Thought, I just thought about the whole thing. I'm thinking about women and girls in their periods.
Yes. How are they going to go about it?
The women and girls in their periods, who probably do not have access to pads and have to use reusable pads or reusable materials that they have to wash, and there is no water to do all that.
The issue is bigger than we are thinking.
Yeah, it's actually a bigger problem.
We are looking at it in holistically. We have to put everything into its
context,
rightful place. Health-wise, I think the health part is even the biggest, because see, you do not have water. You can't cook your sumptuous meal you'd want to cook. You wouldn't have the water to even wash that meat you are purchasing, or the food items you would have to purchase well. Now, when it comes to the cooking, you don't know what kind of water you're adding to the food ingredient, even on the fire, to cook. Then after, when you're washing your hands, even to eat that food, you don't know how best you are going about the washing of your hands. Then after you are done eating, you have to drink water to push down the food. You understand? You don't know what water you are taking and you are drinking, away from what is you are consuming in there. Now, washing your clothes, you don't know what water you use to wash your clothes. You don't know what water you use to wash yourself. You don't know what water you use to wash your shoe, or whatever is it, even to mop your room. Let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll bring you more on the show. This is pathetic, and I think that immediate action must be taken to solve the problem in Chereponi and bringing it down the people of Wonchiki. Stay with us here on Breakfast Daily.
Habibi, my people, welcome to Dubai. My name is Sheikh Alkal bin Maktoum. Okay, so I am Caleb, right? Caleb Kuda is my name, and this is Beyond Borders on Channel 1 Television. We are in Dubai. So join me. Let us explore the allure, the beauty, and the reality of life and living it in Dubai through the eyes and the experiences of our compatriots.
Imagine 6 people, 10 people sharing a common room together.
If you're not a na complain there in the sense, why do I share one rooms now? It doesn't smell pleasant. Or hunting no complaints now be bring to the fair no too.
Dubai is one of the most organized, highly resourced, and well-endowed countries you would find.
You've been here for 7 months.
Yes.
Without a job.
Yeah.
How is it like?
So hard.
Tell me about it.
Struggling, renting and feeding is so hard.
Every frame per second of their lives in Dubai tells a story, and we've got it all captured right here on Beyond Borders, only on Channel 1 Television. So don't get told Don't miss out. Catch these compelling stories of Ghanaians in Dubai only on Beyond Borders on Channel One TV this and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. I catch you.
Beyond Borders is sponsored by Copen Hospitality.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
The party itself has said that whenever you're in opposition, you should choose flag bearers early.
So what you are trying to tell me is that you want somebody who is going out to come and select a leader for you. So the next person will come and say, but I didn't select him.
Direct victim of attack, violent attack.
Where and when?
The first one happened in Parliament. I was pregnant.
Now, for me, it was legitimized by a radio or TV station giving her a position to work.
So for you, take issue with GH1 and what and giving her the platform.
That is where the minority is. We are on them. We've asked questions.
President Mahama will be a mean president if he prioritizes only his children and DCP. He needs to demonstrate a Ghanaian government.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel One TV.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensah.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensah.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel One TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel One TV and let's grow together.
It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One TV, and away from Wenchiki, we're going to something more exciting, something that will give you more energy, and something that you definitely want to sit and listen to. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to talk about the Agri Fair that it's going to be coming up, like we call it, the Christmas edition. Are you ready for the Agri Fair? Well, there's only one person that can bring, the good news when it comes to all the events, and she's the only one that can convince you to leave your house. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Firma Edunyami, who's the head of events and partnership right here on Channel One and City TV. City 97.3 FM. Why am I calling City TV? Because of the award we won.
Maybe.
Yeah, City just gives away.
City keeps ringing in your mind.
Of course, and why not? Why not?
Yeah, Firma, you're welcome.
Thank you, Chris.
You're looking nice and you look like you're bringing good news as usual.
Absolutely. If you find me here, then it means I'm coming to put smiles on your faces.
Of course.
Especially after hearing and watching devastating news. They might not have water, but they might have stuff that they can bring to the Agri Fair and sell. You understand? Sure. Let's maximize what we have and turn lemons to lemonades. Yeah. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Frames.
Right.
So Agri Fair 2025 November edition, but we term it as a Christmas edition.
Why not? Why not?
How's it going? Preparations?
Going very well. From June we knew that we have to bring Agri Fair back because even with the rains and all, being the very maiden edition, it received huge patronage. People were very excited. We were very excited as well, you know, and so we thought, okay, let's bring it back, especially in an era where we don't have the heavy rains, you know, at a time where it's strategically placed to help people with their Christmas shopping, help people also with their Christmas sales, and that is why we have AgriFair strategically placed at the end of November, ushering us into December, just giving us a feel that Christmas is going to be super, good. You get it?
Yeah,
like that.
That is if you come for AgriFair 2025 November Christmas season. But how is it going? Because here we keep warning people, we keep telling them, patrons, participants, exhibitors, vendors, and all that. Are we getting there where people will say that we've sold out and the person is not part of it?
It looks like this time around it will happen early, because currently we are almost at 100 vendors. Wow. Yes, we're almost at 100 vendors.
So how many are we looking out for?
Well, we thank God for the venue we are using. Okay. We can take a bit more, right? But we can't take everybody. So it means it's also going to be on first come, first served basis. So for those who have made their payments, they have nothing to worry about. But at this point, we may not be able to wait for the last minute, because we need to plan well. We need to ensure that we serve our vendors well, also create a very great experience for our shoppers. And so at this point, if you have registered, follow through with your payment, because anything can happen. You know, like Otoko did to us yesterday. Anything can happen.
Are you here to see?
Oh no, because she was there. She was
well, sometimes, you know,
she was excited. I saw her in her jersey.
You're excited, eh?
I saw her in her jersey.
And more. Exactly. So this is going to happen. Yeah. So in terms of preparations, we are very, very ready. The grounds are ready. Okay. Vendors are excited. I'm sure now people are placing calls. People are looking at their harvest. People are looking at transporting their produce to the children's park. And shoppers are also ready. Well, I'm very ready. So I'm gradually even clearing my freezer, my space, you know, because this one day you do it and it has to take you to the end of the year.
Yeah, and even to the following year as well.
And I actually believe that she's ready like that and already clearing things, because she said it on the radio on Friday.
Wow, that she's ready.
Yeah.
I did, right?
Yeah. I was listening to you.
Well, you know, so one thing that I would want to say is, whatever that we are creating, you know, there are event houses who go out there to create event for people. They are not part. So they don't really pay attention to the experience, but they don't really pay attention to, are they satisfied in serving their patrons well? Whatever we do, we are part of it. We put ourselves in it. If we are serving food, we are eating some. If we are giving people entertainment, we are also enjoying it. So we are very particular with whatever it is that we do, especially creating the experience, you know, for vendors and for patrons alike. So yeah, I'm also looking forward to going to shop with Northern Business Fair.
Maybe someone is wondering, what at all are you bringing to this fair that we are making noise about? What will be some of the items that we'll see at this fair that one can purchase directly from the farmers?
Yeah, you know, when we look at the phone calls we are receiving, we believe that people know about what we are talking about, what we are doing. But for the benefit of anyone who probably might be hearing the AgriFair for the very first time, let me just share something small on that. So the AgriFair is a sale and exhibition of fresh farm produce, meaning that we are creating a market. So just as you wake up in the morning, Saturday morning, Fridays, you know, say that, okay, I'm going to the market to go and get ABC. This is exactly what we are doing. But a beautiful thing with the AgriFair is, you know, sometimes if you want to get tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, you have to go to Agbobloshi. If you want Kobe, you know, like Apata, the Kobe, you know, grandfather Kobe, you have to go to Adabraka market. If you need this, you have to go to this market.
You're walking around.
So on a Saturday, you can spend your whole day trying to get yam from Malaka market, Agbobloshi for tomatoes and pepper, Adabraka for this, Kaneshi. No, we are creating that experience in one space. So you get there, you get your fish, you get your poultry, you get your tubers, you get your grains, you get your vegetables, your pork, you know, you get everything. We are bringing all these people together. And the great thing is, we have pushed aside the middlemen. You know, I always have a problem with middlemen because they don't own lands, they don't have farms, but they're the ones with the profits. Do you get it? So they want to take their children to international schools, and they are thinking of we the consumers, you know, paying for children's school fees. Meanwhile, they don't have any farms. They've not used any cutlass to hit the ground. You get it? So what we are doing this time is get the farmers, the people who tilled the soil, bring whatever you sowed, the harvest, bring it straight to the A4 Sutherland Children's Park, come and sell to the market. You are not at the mercy of any merchant. We are also telling the consumers, all right, those of us who are coming to shop, that you don't have to travel the whole Accra just because you want to buy a few items. Okay, so come to the Children's Park, come to the Agri Fair, because we are not also looking at you getting from retailers. You are dealing directly with the farmers. So you can also become a retailer, you can also become a business person. Come establish contacts, get your side hustle, you know, at the Agri Fair, because now you can decide to also not be a farmer, but go into farm produce sales and all. Exactly. You can also decide to join the Middlemen Association, just that we'll strategically go and shop during Agri Fair. You understand? So we are ready. So people are bringing all kinds of fresh farm produce. If you were there in June, you will understand this better. We have everything, and people couldn't believe the farm gate prices they were getting.
You know, my biggest fear is that we will have too many people that we can't contain. Reason is, in the month of June, that was the maiden edition. And imagine that you think that Sunday someone should go to church, but Sunday morning people were there. At Agri Fair, tomatoes got finished.
In the rain.
Yes.
In the rain,
Sunday
people were
morning.
selling, people were buying.
Because I think that's the best time to come and shop. You shop before it gets full.
You know,
What is your message
exactly.
to patrons?
Well, to patrons, we've seen it before. We did it in June. We are doing it again. Come, let us come and shop. You know, in June, we had people coming in to buy a sack of cassava. So, what are you going to use a sack of cassava for, you know? But people came in. I mean, I also even learned so much from patrons, how you can preserve some of these produce, and you ensure that you have them throughout, you know. So we are inviting all patrons. We are going to be selling the fresh farm produce at farm gate prices, very, very discounted. We are also letting you know that you have a wider variety from what we saw in June. And the beautiful thing is, these are organic stuff. These are fresh farm produce, you know. They've not had to stay in fridges on the sun for God knows how long. These are very fresh. They are coming through. So it is your best place to come and shop. Christmas will be just around the corner. It is a good time for you to come and shop for Christmas, for the New Year. You know, it's a family affair. So we have a great place for the kids as well. Now, the great thing that will be happening this edition, that is from the 28th to the 30th of November. So we are just a couple of weeks away. On the Saturday evening, there's going to be the Agri Fair Jamboree.
Oh, really?
I know you like it. I know you like it. Yeah. You know when they say concert?
Agri Fair back home.
You know when they say, oh, it's a concert, it comes with a vibe. When they say, but when they use the word jamboree,
we are there to jam.
Baby, you understand what's going on?
So that doesn't mean it to go beyond 6.
Oh, I mean, hands down. And this for the Saturday.
Just start getting ready. Okay?
So the Saturday, we are shopping. Okay, we are shopping. You know, the Grills Village is also featuring. So we are shopping. We are, you know, it's a very bougie way of shopping, because you are shopping, so you can tell maybe the fish people to prepare your fish for you. Go sit at the Grills Village or the beautiful food courts. You know, they are delicious and spicy food courts. Go sit there. And then, you know, just while away time a little bit, come with your children. So whilst you are shopping, they are also at the kids' corner having a great time. And then in the evening, you pack the things in your car. And in the evening, there's jamboree. You understand?
Come and jam.
Exactly. And we are doing this on Friday, Saturday, on Sunday.
And it's free for patrons.
It is free. It is free. You know, Phil, when we say that we are creating a shopping experience, a market experience. We go all out. Just as you pick your basket on Saturday morning, Friday morning, Sunday morning, go to Agbublushi market, go to Adabraka market without paying any gate fee at any gate at the market. We are doing the same thing.
Wow.
So still get your baskets. Come, let's shop together. All right. On Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have Kaya there as well. So you don't have to worry about if I'm buying the plantain, if I'm buying the cassava, how do I carry stuff. Don't worry about that. We've sorted everything out. We got you covered. So the Kaya will be there. I mean, it's a great experience. You don't get to have markets like this. So if we are giving you the market experience where we have a certain DJ mingle, you know, giving you vibes whilst you are shopping, I mean,
beautiful.
Exactly.
Beautiful. So she has said it all. If you don't come, someone say wara wara. But the sponsors for this event definitely a very important horticulture business platform, Development Bank Ghana, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, Gesau, and Ghana Exim Bank. Definitely, without them, we can't do this.
Anyway, thank you so much.
And before I go, let me just say that we still are open to take more registrations. So give us a call now on 0558 973 973 0558 973 973.
Beautiful.
Well, you already heard it. If you don't call, that means you're snoozing and you lose. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was Frema Edwinyami, head of events and partnership right here on Channel 1 TV and City FM. And it's been all about the Agri Fair that is going to be coming up in 2 weeks. You're excited about it. I know I'm excited about it. So I know you're also excited about it, but you're wondering, should I be part, should I not be part? You better call now. You better call unless you just watch the highlights the next week.
We'll be charitable to show you
we'll show you the highlights.
We will whet your appetite when people are enjoying their homes.
We come by, exactly. All right, so we'll get into our entertainment highlights of the day, and we'll be back.
Well, hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily. My name is Ni Komite Kome, and this is proudly powered by GhanaWeekend.com. Now let's get into our first story. Gospel music legend Amy Newman says Ghana's gospel music is losing its spiritual core as artists focus more on fame than faith. She insists gospel music should remain a divine ministry, not a showbiz venture, though she appreciates young artists' growing professionalism. Newman plans to release a new Christmas song after her October album, Adumbi Ajeme. Now to our next highlight. Ghanaian rapper and former University of Ghana SRC president Guru has announced his intention to enter national leadership, encouraging young people to lead boldly and defy limits. He said Ghana's progress depends on the youth's readiness to contribute new ideas to governance. Guru's call adds momentum to the growing campaign for youth inclusion and empowerment in national politics. Now to our next highlight. Ghanaian global artist Amaarae has announced her 2025 tour, The Black Star Experience, with shows in New York, Toronto, Washington DC and Los Angeles, plus an Accra date to be revealed soon. Described as a cultural reunion, the tour celebrates her roots, creativity and global community of black stars. Amaarae urged fans to attend in all-black outfits, promising a powerful celebration of identity, culture and love. Now let's get into Channel 1 TV's Top 10 Countdown.
Number 10. Number 9. Number 8.
Like I go resist. I be right, you be wrong. If you talk too much, I dey insist. You know the things where I pass through. Ya be salty, slick and taju.
Number 7.
When you
or no number be belly. Do not disturb me frame it. Yeah, yes, you won't be a frame it. Phone it at DND. Number 6.
No be wallpaper, we dey live this life. If you bring bad vibes, I go exit chat to you alive. See what we done. No be judge us.
Number 5.
Yes, my phone. Plenty things I am go. Now so ya na me go.
Number 4.
Crazy things where I go do for love.
Number 3.
I live up my life and I make my money, me no worry about anybody. Me just I live up my life and I make my money, me no worry about anybody. Don't see me like a fool because I don't do giddy 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 giddy. Don't see me like a fool because I don't do giddy 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 giddy.
Number 2.
How much you never slow so paddle no one so give me a first day I'm between the busia Shazamina Moshaya Subemuda. Finally DJ dropper Namabuama bounce and no the message.
Number 1.
This is the Channel 1 Countdown.
And that's all for today's entertainment highlights on Breakfast Daily. Stay tuned for more exclusive stories, interviews, and viral moments from Ghana's vibrant entertainment scene. Visit GhanaWeekend.com and follow Ghana Weekend on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, and Facebook for your daily dose of showbiz buzz, music updates, and the behind-the-scenes action. Don't just read it, live it, share it, and stay plugged in. This was presented by Ni Komite Kome.
Technology has helped various caregivers and professionals in the circles of autism to enhance their skills.
It will enhance their social interaction through virtual meetings.
The cost of the equipment needs to be made affordable, cheaper, so that people could use it and access it.
A lot of people can use, we are able to use short code, which is that once you have average network to even send SMS, it is able to answer certain questions.
People at the rural end should not be left out, because that would actually reduce this rural-urban migration.
Welcome to EdTech Monday. This is a platform for education technology discussions, and we have a focus on policymakers, entrepreneurs, and educational ecosystem. EdTech Monday is a platform created by the MasterCard Foundation in partnership with MEST Africa to bring EdTech entrepreneurs, policy stakeholders, and government together to deliberate on important issues within EdTech.
Watch EdTech Mondays on Mondays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by the MasterCard Foundation in partnership with MEST Africa, only on Channel 1 TV.
Grateful that you stay with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. Let's bring you this exciting conversation, shall we? And it's Akosombo International School. If you did go to that school, then definitely you should stay glued to your television set so you'll be able to enjoy the conversation. It's 25 years for the 2000-year group, and they are celebrating it this weekend. But there are some exciting things they'll be doing in the school, and we'll be sharing with you here in the studio. We have Victor Anku Chedi here, who is the 1985 member year group. We also have Kingsley Abrokwa 2000-year group, Akosombo International School. We also have Sam Mobotre 2000-year group, who is also here with us. Evangeline Benate, who is a member of the 2000-year group. You're welcome, madam. You are all welcome, gentlemen and madam. First of all, let's start with you. 1985. How was it like?
Very exciting. We weren't very many. Around that time, we had just a one-stream school. So Form 1 was one class, Form 2 was one class, Form 3 one class. Then included day students as well. So you had a school of maybe top 200. And so teaching was quality, feeding was quality, facilities were quality. Speak of, we had a swimming pool, we had a tennis court, we had nice football field. And academics were good. I mean, you could see the teacher-student ratio. So it was quite an exciting time.
Did you enjoy yourself in school?
We did.
Fondest memory?
That would be a difficult one because there were many of those. But I think those times that we had speech days and the process during the rehearsals, we had a senior house master who was also the music master, Mr. Parry, okay. And you went through all these songs and had to learn all these songs leading to the speech day. I think that was one of those great moments.
Wow, yeah. Great moments. Let's come to you, Evangeline. 2000. Yes. So when you got to school the first day, how was it like? Hey, I'm in Akosombo International School.
Oh, it was pretty scary.
Why?
Oh, secondary school experience. It was boarding. You're going to stay away from home for the first time from the GHS that I knew at the time was St. Martin de Porres. Okay. Yes. So now away from home, and then all the stories we had heard about secondary school.
What were some of the stories you had?
Oh, about, the first time is the homeowing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know those things. But thankfully, AIS was pretty different. Okay. It's not like the other schools and the kind of stories we had, no. Yeah, so that was my experience for the first day. But the expectations were high. Amazing new humans, different characters, different origins. It was beautiful, I tell you.
Wow, and you enjoyed the school, I guess.
Very much.
Wow.
Very much. I'm grateful.
Wow. Samuel, you. Let's hear from you. The first day you got to the school, 2000, and you were like, hey, I'm in AIS.
So I actually I had a mixed graduation of going to the school. I started in the kindergarten way back in 87, and then I left for Accra when I was in grade 3, and then came back to the boarding house when I was entering it was JHS 1, yeah.
GSS.
At that time, JSS 1,
yeah. Right.
So yeah, I was coming back to the boarding house, like Eva said, it was a bit scary,
But nobody really did anything to you. It was scary, but when you got there, it was cool, right?
That time I was only about 10 years old. and my mom took me to school and dropped me there, and I was literally the first person to arrive that day. Wow. So I was just looking at the dormitories, and then I decided which one I'm going to stay in. And all of that, and then we took it from there. There was a bit of Homo's night and Nino's night, but not as severe as you hear from other schools. But it was quite fun. Yeah.
Kingsley, you.
So I unfortunately didn't experience boarding house.
Oh, okay.
I was a day student right from kindergarten, so he was my classmate from nursery. Besides his break that he came to Accra to enjoy Accra life, I was from kindergarten all the way to SSS. So I was a day student but I also enjoyed the fact that I was a day student, and also liaised between sometimes my friends who were boarders and want to get some stuff from town or something, At some point, I was even considered more as a boarder than a day student because I was hanging out with my mates in the boarding house a lot of the time. But it was a great experience. Those who know Akosombo and its serenity, and we didn't have pure water at the time. We drank straight from the tap. We had Kelvinators, iced fountains. Yes, we call them fountains. It was a pretty pechepe school, as people call it.
Oh, of course, it's pechepe. It's pechepe school. Evangeline, I know you people have a project upcoming, or you have an event. 25 years?
25 years.
Tell us about it.
So this is what happens after 25 years of leaving school or leaving SHS. You have to come back and host the speech and prize giving day.
Okay.
So that is what is happening this time. The reason 85 is in is because it's their 40th anniversary, and they took it upon themselves to also have a big project. Our project is an ICT project.
Okay.
We are refurbishing the computer lab of the school. You know that IT is the direction of the world now. And we really want to pitch in and give back to the school in that way, so that the younger ones will have better experience and they will be more inspired to chart paths along the IT lines. And we have heavily invested in this. Now, we're grateful to so many sponsors, but even as a year group, we said earlier, we're just about over 100. Raising, currently, I think we've raised a little over 800,000. Yes.
Over 800.
Over 800.
800,000.
I should say that each person should pay like 8,000.
Well, not necessarily. We leverage, but I mean, people have given in diverse ways and ratios, yes. And we can't wait to go back this weekend to open up this project to the school and also to relive the moment,
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting. But Kingsley, looking at this project that you've embarked on, what really pushed you to say that, let's pick out ICT maybe out of the lot to say that you want to refurbish this particular one?
So 3 or 2 key 2 or 3 key issues informed us to do this. First of all is the school is growing.
Yes.
The lab has become very small, and we thought that if we expand it, it will take in more students at a go. The school is also embarking on ICT as an elective, which means that we would have more pressure on the facility than it was before. And then such legacy projects, we don't just pick and choose. We consult with the school, and the school thought that it will be appropriate for us to take this direction to support. If we want to give back to the school, this is where their needs are, and they thought that it would be good. And that's why we chose to do this.
Okay.
Like Eva said, you are thinking about so many things that you could use ICT to do now. And it's important that the school gets top-notch facility to do that, So the school already has some computers. We also bought more to add to what the school has, and then redesign the whole area to look a little bit more beautiful and homey for the students.
Wow, interesting. Samuel, how long did it take your year group to do this?
We've been discussing it for a while. The plans on the table. We actually kicked things off almost 5 years ago.
Yes.
We had a big group meetup and we started discussing. And then COVID came in. We had planned to do yearly renewals, and then COVID came in, and then it disrupted that. And then after the 1999 year group had their speech day, we really had to rack things up and put things together. So it's been a pretty intense 9 months to 1 year of fundraising and running up and down and plans and construction and all of that.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, and it's all culminating this weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
85-year group.
That's right.
You chose to support them. What are you doing to support these efforts from the 2000-year group? And are you also embarked on any legacy project?
Yes, indeed. We are supporting them first and foremost with our presence and our numbers. We would be at the various events that they've lined up, and I'm sure they would articulate those shortly. But they have very exciting programs lined up, including a guidance and counseling session, and we would be there to support. 40 years, we do have some level of experience. We believe we can contribute to that. And so the other programs they have outlined, we would be there to support them. Yes, with regards to the legacy project, yes, we also have ours. Ours is the archway. Ever since its establishment, most schools are adorned with such beautiful archways with the school's name and things like that, but we don't have that. And so we came up with that concept, and so we have constructed an archway. Principally, we were motivated by our then headmaster, Master Bernard Sang, who we used to call, who told us that we should remember to be pillars and not caterpillars. The caterpillars go out to destroy, but as a pillar, you stand as something firm. And so that idea and the fact that we are putting up an archway that is supported by pillars was what informed our decision. And like Eva also said, it had to be contributions. We levied each other, and it's costing us about 400,000.
Wow.
We levied each other. We appealed to sponsors who also came in to assist us. And I must say, to God's glory, we have a beautiful edifice adorning the entrance of the school, which we will together all be outdooring on this weekend.
Wow.
Particularly on Saturday. I think also you would have this whole idea of IT. The speech day, they do have a beautiful team that is linked to this IT, and I'm sure they would let you know about that, because that is a way to go this day, particularly in this age of AI, where if you are not even careful, you will just be misled. So what our genius here have done, we think is something very laudable, and we are so proud of them and so happy that we could partner them in doing this.
Wow. Kingsley, which people are we expecting to be at this event?
Wow. We're expecting a lot of people. We are again using this opportunity to invite all SOSANs or AIS old students to be part of this. We have one of our own who is if my memories are correct, who is coming from United States, from the Duke University, to be our guest speaker, Divine Kuma. And we also have very prominent people who we've invited. The list is tall. And we also understand that the current member of parliament, who is the deputy finance minister, will like.
That's his constituency.
That's his constituency. So Jamani, yes, and he's been like the Mugabe of the place for a long time. I knew him when he was a teacher.
Oh,
very strong man.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Ampim. So he will be there, hopefully, and a host of other people.
Beautiful.
If I may, we cannot forget our landlords, that is the Chief Executive of Volta River Authority, I think Ohene Kenzo, who would also be there, and of course the director of what they now call the Volta River International Schools, Mr. Otsebunsu. Mensa Bonsu, who would also definitely be there. And then one of the interesting things is that we now have a headmistress. The first time an old student has become head of the school. And guess which year group that is?
That should be 85?
85.
Okay.
The very first time.
Evangeline, any sponsors you want to thank?
Yes, by all means. We do have a list of sponsors, but I cannot go on without acknowledging City FM and Channel 1 TV. I mean, I know that the offer that you gave us, there's no way we could have paid in full for it. And so by all means, I have to acknowledge you. We have, if you permit me, we have eCube Technologies Ghana Limited, BKT Engineering, Nasford University, Gillo Company Limited, Matt Barnes Furniture Company, Togbe Agbifle, the first. We have Nestle Ghana Limited, Apps and Mobile Solutions, Volta Hotel. It's given us a great deal. Bridgeview Resort, the Royal Century, and XYZ and Joy FM Media Houses.
Beautiful, beautiful. And somewhere, as we wrap up, what will be your message to your colleagues to come for this event?
Yeah, so I'll run through some of the events that are going to take place so that they know what to expect when they come.
They should come.
So on Thursday, we are heading out to Akosombo on Thursday. We expect to all converge on Thursday evening at the Dobson Clubhouse in Akosombo. We're going to meet with the current staff and past staff and mingle with ourselves for that evening. And then on Friday morning, we go into the career day where we are interacting with the students, those who are about to graduate. So we expect the year 2000, the year 85, and other ISOSANs to come around and help mentor our future leaders on their career paths. And later in the afternoon, we would have some fun games with the teachers and the students, you know, so all students against the teachers and stuff like that. And in the evening, we'll have a nice riverside barbecue, so, you know, yeah, definitely welcome to come and experience what it's like, you know, some fresh tilapia from the river. Then the big day is Saturday, where we would have the speech day, which starts at 9 a.m. But preceding that, we'll be commissioning the 2 legacy projects, the ICT lab and the school archway. And then later in the evening, you know, we would meet again for another party at the Adowa nightclub. I don't know if you've heard of the Adowa nightclub, in the Volta Hotel.
Yeah.
You know, so that's also open to everybody, you know, the general public, well-wishers, you know, come and enjoy Akosombo this weekend.
Beautiful.
And then Sunday we have the Thanksgiving service in the morning, and then a farewell.
You should come and listen to
Evangel.
Yes, ministering.
Okay. Beautiful. So thank you so much, Victor. Thank you, Evangelina. Thank you, Samuel and Kingsley. 85-year group, and the rest are 2,000-year groups, and they are actually giving back to the school that took them through 25 years. Interesting. So you should be able to visit them if you're part of the 2,000-year group or 85-year group. This is how we wrap up today's edition of Breakfast Daily here on Channel One TV. I am Philip Nilati. Nanatu Boatin started the show, and I did it with Chris Carter. Many thanks for your time, and keep watching Channel One TV.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor